well.
Oh, cherish it while you still have it.
Worst thing I can do, start a live stream and then upload a world.
No, it's
Hello.
even worse.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, Squid. How's it going?
Hey. Good, how are you?
Oh, yeah, active.
I thought that the new format was this week.
Nope.
No, it's next week.
Oh, okay.
So wait, is it
Beginning
starting?
in December is when we're starting.
Does it start with community or the other one?
Yeah.
Developer. I'm going to start with the developer. So
Okay.
I'm going to explain everything when I get up there, because I knew people would be confused, but it'll obviously all straighten out once we get used to it. And it's just kind of, it's confusing to think about without actually doing it.
Your first ever developer meetup, and it's just a showcase of a whole bunch of maps made by map creators.
But yeah, no. From some feedback, I think I'm going to let non-public worlds be shown at the community meetup, but I just need to be given like the world ID, and I need to vet it ahead of time.
Does that include mine? But I think we saw it last week. It's just I'm gonna show off a few updates to me to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. Do you want me to send you the world ID or?
No. This is for the future, because this is the last developer meetup as we've been running it. There's going to be a brand new format starting next week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to just be explaining stuff. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully this channel will be down around maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to have this one taken down, or if I'm just going to ask for Gunter to just lock it and turn this one into the world feedback one, where I can just say, hey, we're starting. And then have a separate community one where everything's open.
Yeah. Okay.
I
mean, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the interesting portions that we'll need is like, right now there's no easy way for people to like do mass tests. So what if that channel could also be used as like a ping saying, hey, can I get a group of people to test worlds?
Yeah, and I'll like, if people want mass performance tests, chances are their map's pretty much almost done anyways. And so as long as I can properly, vet it and have the world ID, that could potentially just fit in the community meetup as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If people really, really want it. Because you're not going to be asking for a performance test the day after you started your map.
Oh, yeah, obviously
Be done in
not.
3 months.
Well, I guess that's part of how the meetups will be. Community is when you get closer to finishing, as you just suggested.
I have unit and stuff running, but
Yeah.
Let me turn off.
Should probably switch to an avatar where I'm not just
Well, I
a
guess that's
giant
part of how
yellow
they,
square in the sky.
Before I turn around, I'm just going to adjust all of my safety settings.
Before you turn
Smart choice.
Yep, I'm at 20 frames already.
I'm at 45 before I turn around.
Alright.
I tried the beta too. Oh my god, it's so much better.
Except I'm nice. I'm gonna let my friends keep their shaders.
Hey, legends. Get your mic fixed.
His mic was never broken.
His mic wasn't broken, his voice is.
Oh. So, legends,
your
did you
map.
get your
Oh, yeah,
mic
obviously
Done in
fixed?
3 months.
I thought you were gonna give him a gut punch.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I don't know, I just heard a keyboard.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pressing my buttons, I see.
Good question, Squid. Is the world feedback next week being held in 2017, the open beta?
I think I'm going to hold it in 5.6 because I don't know how many people are developing in 2017 yet. I feel like maybe once there's a date on 2017 being pushed to, live, then we'll see a lot more people trying to prepare their content. But until then, I think most people's content are in 5.6.
Yeah,
That is actually a good point. So, like, I don't know. I know that it's hard to do this, but if we had a date for when it was going to go live so that we could sort of plan out development time, it would be super useful. I know that you probably don't know.
Is it like development time because is it actually new stuff that is required in 2017, or because just porting stuff over to 5.6 should be pretty easy?
Well, I mean, you say
Eight's
that.
lights are completely broken, and mirrors are broken, and a few other things are broken. Rotations are broken.
I mean, so there's two things. So there's porting old content, and then there's developing new stuff. So, like, something's going to take me 3 weeks to develop, and I want to be able to release it.
I know
like I kind of would like to know what the timeline is in the next, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks. Like, what should I be developing in? And when do I have to build in time to port old content? basically. Just like how to schedule my own workflow.
I just hope that all the people starting now and might be, the most beneficial to in the next, like the World Feedback event. I really hope the new content creators are not starting on 5.6 now, because when we jump to 2017, they'll have nothing.
That actually looks like a...
The platform will have nothing if no one is starting now, I guess, is my...
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I'm still using 5.6 even for new content because, we've been burned in the past, is all I'm going to say. Like, say soon. Soon could be in 2 weeks or soon could be in 6 months. And I want, yeah, and it's like, if I want to release a world that I think is going to take me less than 3 weeks, I'm going to do it in 5.6 right now.
I'm not a baby.
If it's going to be in 6 weeks, I'm going to have to like balance it, right? So like we have some works in progress. Do we port those over to 2017 now, or do we finish them and then do that later? I don't know. And it's like when do we put in the work? And so some of this isn't necessarily trivial because it's like, I'm not sure how Unity does the collaboration thing per version. Yeah, so it's just like it doesn't seem like a lot of work, but it really is. Like I've been updating some old broken content now, and I'm like, should I even bother? I would like to have it available for people now, but if it's we're gonna update in a month, then I might just wait. So I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, once there's a timeline, I feel like people will be more willing. But right now, it's just kind of like you said, what does soon mean?
Yeah. I mean, like going with that.
So like, I see no reason to start developing in 2017 now. Until
right
they,
now,
until
I've
they
just
say
tested
like
my
it's going to be
to make sure it works.
Yeah. Whereas I'm not going to duplicate projects with new content right now.
Yeah.
I mean, also going with this, since it's like constantly like the open beta format, though. Yep. I've seen so many times where it's like we have no idea how long it'll take. We still finding bugs, and then all of a sudden it's just released to public, and it's like, wait, we had bugs already. Like, it was just pushed out early. It's just like we have no idea on timelines. Also, I am losing all my frames to particle effects.
In 2017?
I have tried archery and...
We just all gather around the red crystal thing back there. We're going to get started in a minute.
Because I know the Japanese community is doing that like very hard.
The 2017?
They have completely switched to 2017, yeah, because they were waiting for it for a long time, and so they've basically given up on 5.6. And they are very aware, but that doesn't seem to be the case in the Western
frames around and trying to activate the button.
Because I feel like we actually understand some things,
like,
but then
there's going to be no content.
That's better.
But it's been in there for a long period, like long time. I would be really surprised if they don't flip the switch really quickly, because that's all the errors that were discovered. Like this, that's it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it would take months, since all this stuff is already there.
So the thing is, like, we don't know what all the complexity is behind it, right? So like, and like we have seen things that are released really fast. We've seen things that have taken a really long time. So it's like we can't plan, right? So like I'm not planning at the moment until like I have something concrete to plan to. I'm not planning.
Yeah,
I'm just sticking with what we got.
But it's definitely a very soon. Weeks rather than months. That there's reasons why I can't say, but it's
I understand. I'm just saying. I'm just like letting you know that like
from your point of view and from the past, that makes perfect sense. But I'm saying it's coming like soon.
I mean,
you can watch, but you have to be completely quiet because there's a large group of people here that don't know and necessarily hear from you. Okay. All right.
You should go gather around. It's like
I'd be great wrote it to actually work properly to begin with. That'd be nice.
Somebody is really lagging me.
Community meetup event. There will be a form that you can fill out where I will then just go through and vet the world and just make sure it's it's good.
Good to know.
But not to say that it's not good, but just
don't fight with your brother.
Service things.
Don't move my mouth.
And so that will start the week after next week. Also, the developer, the World Feedback event and the community meetup event will start at 5 o'clock Eastern. So right now we start at 6 o'clock Eastern. So the events will start 1 hour earlier. And hopefully the channels for that will be up by around Wednesday, as well as a launch link to preview the new hub that we will be meeting in. And so I'll obviously be posting a lot of this information in those channels so that you guys have it all written down, because I don't expect all of you guys to remember this on the spot. And we're going to have a lot of new people who don't hear this to begin with. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about, oh, yes. And there's going to be I don't really want to call this an event, but something we're just going to do at these events. World jams. And so if you guys have ever heard of what a game, how many of you guys know what a game jam is?
Me.
Awesome. All right, a lot of people don't know what a game jam is. So a game jam a game jam is when you sort of are given a certain amount of time to just kind of develop a game based upon a certain theme. And so I just kind of want to do the same thing, but with worlds. And then at the end of the World Jam, what we'll do is we'll just have a community meetup where we all just go through what everybody made during the duration of the World Jam.
When you get closer to finishing, as you
and we all just kind of judge. And initially I wanted to have, winners and second place and third place and all that, but I don't think I really want to do that. I just want people to make things and encourage people to do cool stuff. And so I don't think setting it up as a competition is a very good idea. I think it's more about learning.
I'll invite you.
But yeah, so I'll have a lot of this stuff written down probably when those channels open up again around Tuesday or Wednesday. Initially, I wanted to have, winners and second place. The new hub will be meeting. I think I really want to do that. I just want people to make things. This really old cave map that, I don't know when I stopped developing this. So yeah, that said, welcome to the developer meetup. What I'm going to do is in a few minutes, I'm going to ask if anybody has any worlds they want to show off. If you do, just raise your name, raise your hand, or just try and get my attention. I do have avatars blocked, so again, I cannot pick people out in the crowd. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll add all of your names to a list, and we will go through each of your worlds in order. And depending on how many things we get, we could be here for an hour, we could be here for 4 hours. You never really know. So yeah, if you guys just want to give me a second to get my document out, I can start writing names down. And there we go. Does anybody want to show anything off?
Me and
I have something.
TSMT, yes, that's right. TSMT.
You could just have
people
everyone
after DSMT
move to you in a line.
I have a quick prefab show.
Hey. Okay.
Oh yes, as well, because this is a developer meetup, a lot of the stuff is in development. If we do crash, I will just put a ping in the events channel, and we will all just meet right back up here and continue with the event as normal.
Okay.
It's been a while since we crashed.
All right.
I have something
DSMT and that's Cyan. Okay.
that is also going to need your warning because we might get disconnected.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. I have something as well.
Wait, are you deciding to show that one off, Cyan?
I am indeed.
No! It's gonna be so bad.
No, I removed a lot of them. There's only 2 now.
So we've got DSMT, we've got Fiona, we've got Cyan, and we've got the Sly Thief. Anyone after that?
I got it.
Yeah, DSMT had one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cyber had one.
Sorry, who after? Oh, Squalls. Oh, I'm sorry. If you had your hand up the whole time, it's very difficult to see you. Your gray avatar on the gray cave background. I apologize.
And there was
yes,
one
the
more
hub is
swing.
going to be. It actually uses a couple assets from the home. Try and keep that VRChat aesthetic.
It's loading. Gotcha.
We're at 39 people.
Oh wow, already?
Jesus.
Yeah, already.
All right, so Squalls. Who
There
after
was-
Squalls?
Me. Ranch.
Nicole Ranch. Okay.
Oh wait, Nicole.
You're gonna have to keep us. You're gonna have to keep us hopping, Squid.
Yeah. So this, yeah, guys. If you guys are wondering, this is why we're changing the format. Well, this is awesome. This format doesn't really benefit people if we're just hopping worlds every 10 minutes so that we can get through everything.
Like the vehicles driving around the roads, but yeah, I didn't.
And so that's just the reasoning, if you guys are curious. And then everyone after Nicole Ranch.
DSMT over here.
I think he's already gone.
Yes,
He already
DSMT
got me.
is-
Yeah, he already got me.
Okay, so yeah, if anybody wants to come up halfway through and just be like, hey, Squid, I'd like to show a world, that is no problem. I will just add you to the end of the list, and the event will just go on a little longer. And so yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, if you do go, just in case any of you are new, your world must be able to hold at least 40 people, because we are actually at 40 people right now. And please drop invite plus instances. If you cannot hold 40 people, if you could just re-upload your world real quick with a different max cap. So yeah, do you want to say anything, or do you want to just go?
I just want to mention it's the same world as last week, but I just added a few extra things. Also, I scaled up the house a little bit because I know Rubik wanted me to scale the house a bit. I didn't scale it too much, but I just want to know how it feels. And I also added a few extra props and everything. No problem.
Sure. Not gonna put my head on it.
Where do you want me to drop the portal?
Anywhere you see.
Wherever there's space.
Alright, I'll drop it here.
Sorry.
It can hold 40 people.
The camera thing.
So
I'm wondering, like, what are you using it for? Something special, or is it just like?
Alright, there we go.
I feel like they're moving, or are you using the cameras for like faking the outside world?
Oh, no. I'm not talking about the cameras. I'm talking about the movement of the cameras.
Yeah, the movement of the camera.
Why is everyone like backing away from the portal?
Each icon's a different, I guess, object.
I don't think it's that simple.
I mean, I think it's
maybe it is,
fast.
but like I don't notice any difference in performance when I like hide and reveal name tags. However,
For me,
pig.
I get like 5-10 frames. That's the only side.
Gallium. Sentinel 373. Sushi. Dudeberry. Squall. Demon.
You okay, Shadow?
Yeah, it just always fucking happens.
Shadow always does
Alright.
the. We have one person down there, or two people over here.
It was fucking fantastic.
They're fine. Oh, are they back?
And then Yogo's here.
PvP map with Shadow Forest, and she's just telling us. Oh no, it was Box.
Can't load anymore.
It was Box Avoid. Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there, partially. The portal's almost going, so I'm just gonna go through it. Oh, no, you got it.
Where is it?
Just everybody here that's gonna go.
Yeah, see the portal?
Alright,
Sorry,
just go through.
it's not load properly. Where? I don't see anything.
You can.
Do you have any friends in the meetup?
Yeah, just request off me
Yeah,
and
I
like.
have CyanLaser. I'll join off you.
Okay.
And, sorry, Squid. If that's okay, I have a world. If that's okay, later on. Up to you.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just write you down right now.
Yeah, I'll just go through the portal now so he can join.
Yep.
It's kind of awkward. My sound on my Rift died, so now I have to sit down right next to my computer because I don't have a long enough audio cord to hear people. Alright, thank you for the comment there, this. Now I know sound's working.
Right, and then have a throttle lever that you move forward in order to actually make the thing go forward.
It's fucking huge.
And I haven't really looked at it.
I know.
That's
it.
Oh no.
I changed the way the door works. I also changed the way the door works.
Where's the front door? Okay, I'm out. It's a maze.
Yeah, it's so big.
What is this?
Love.
It's a random closet.
I hear Lakuza, I don't see Lakuza.
Yeah.
There's a Lakuza.
There's a map for mortars.
Oh. Safety settings is.
You can hear each other all over the place, but you can't find each other because everybody's always.
Cyan, there's a new feature just for you.
Oh, what is it?
Follow me.
Why were you outside?
That's a like.
Let's see, where was it? Where was it? I'm lost. I'm so lost. Hold on.
Never follow Fiona. She doesn't know where she's going ever.
I don't. Where was it?
Fiona getting excited over something.
She was getting excited. There's a
I was
feature just for
excited.
me. It's like she can't find it.
There it is. I can't find it now.
What was it?
Where did I go around the back?
You were outside.
I'm so.
There's a creepy room downstairs.
Is it downstairs?
Fiona would be the detective in this.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
I can't even get through it.
This is.
The one you mentioned?
It's not good enough.
No rupees in it.
I didn't hear a sound.
Just clicked.
No.
Oh, that's probably a bad idea.
I'm assuming it's local.
No, yeah, it was. I had to click it.
Yep.
But he said
It is local.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
No, local
for
is
some
good.
reason-
I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be like,
local's good.
clues in it or something. But
Yeah,
it was funny because
yeah.
oh, here's the pot, and I clicked it. I'm like, oh no, I broke it. I'm so sorry.
I'll answer that question.
That's first chance.
But for the sake of the game, it shouldn't be local because you should see that someone has come through and use the pod. Or I don't know. I don't know how the game is going to play.
Okay, it depends on how you do it. So, like in the original murder one, the clues are local for everyone, and they are randomly spawned every time you find one. It randomly spawns another one for you. And
The drawers are not local.
that is
so you
a
can see them getting
fair
opened.
way to do it. Like you
Yeah.
can see them getting open, but you can't tell if there's a clue in them or not. That's all local.
Yeah.
Those are terrible. The game though, because you would open every piece of furniture, and then stuff would spawn back into places you already went.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that makes
Yeah,
no sense.
exactly. So
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, what is your game philosophy in that? And I think they should spawn all of them at
Are you doing it
first,
similar?
I agree.
so that you can find them all.
I think.
But
I think what I'll do is
Remember,
whether
that's
it's local or
difficult.
not, I
Just
don't have an
triggers.
opinion.
5 clues
Yes.
spawn randomly, but I have all 5 of them spawn.
Okay, yeah,
But,
that's so
just like from gameplay, right?
You know,
So there's
yeah,
like
unfortunately.
what should it be for the gameplay, and then you figure out how to do it with the triggers. And some ways are definitely harder than others. So I understand why they did it the way they did. But
In that
By the
case,
way-
local makes more sense.
Is the doors fixed?
No.
They're not slamming and
Oh,
closing.
slam!
anymore?
I don't know about that. I don't have the
Much-
sound. I don't have the
much
sound on. So.
Less louder. Also.
I don't know if it's
no,
like
I
they're
still
still.
hear him. I still hear him slamming everywhere.
Oh, you
I hear
do?
people
Oh,
opening and closing them all the time
No,
now.
no,
Like people are actually opening them.
Yeah.
There's
Alright.
people around us. opening the
But
doors,
they're not as loud as they were before, and they're not as constant as they were before. But I can still hear them opening and closing all through the house.
All right, then I
someone's
guess I have
doing
to.
that one right there.
I guess I have to just make the range smaller for the audio sources.
Well, it depends on what you want for. Do you want people to be able? If it's a smaller group than this, do you want to be able to hear the doors opening and closing throughout the whole house?
Not
When you're
throughout the
playing.
whole house, but within the room. Like if somebody's in the room, they want to know if someone enters the room. You know.
Right.
Which I guess going with that, you should probably lower the was it voice fall off, because do we want to hear someone across
Voice
the
fall
mansion
off.
for like, oh, they're the murderer.
Yeah, exactly. I got a the voice fall off. I got to shorten that as well.
Mm-hmm.
The finish is really good though. Rematches the whole scene. Like, makes.
Oh, we
makes
can
sense.
actually go through a door and not hit its head.
Thanks. Yeah. Also, another thing is that I added this as
Nice.
well.
Goodness.
I edited that in Blender.
Wait, what is this?
It'd be cool to have traps actually. Like if you set a trigger, involuntarily, well, I don't know how to say it well, but you basically step on something in the ground and that makes a noise that can be heard throughout the mansion. You know, if you don't basically watch out where you walk on glass.
Hopefully it's quiet enough
on the
here.
ground.
But yeah, this, just like Spooky Ghost was kind of saying there, we had too many people joining in, but most of them not actually just being world developers. We never really said that you needed to do it.
in this place?
Public open
You can
event here.
people just run because they
But
already know
yeah,
What are you doing standing in this corner?
once. Like it's not funny anymore because
Oh, you're talking to your commenters.
game in mind and just do it.
Yeah, and I get
Find the
distracted
clues
here.
for this thing.
okay.
Time to chat.
People pay attention.
So basically, yeah, there's too many non-developers, and it became to a point where we couldn't actually test maps because there's too many people. So they're gonna split the meetup
The
into
menu?
one where it's just developers and another one where it's like showing off
in
maps.
desktop or in
Which is pretty much
VR?
how this one is
So
now.
it should be the menu button, hamburger button 3.
On enable. That's it.
Hamburger button 3.
But it doesn't always work in VR.
It doesn't
You have to have
always, it's
a
terrible in VR still.
yeah. Who dat? Legends, where'd he go?
Did Legends get kicked
That is
again?
something that I gotta do.
Yeah.
How is the hamburger button? You're talking about the 3 lines? That opens Steam VR, doesn't it?
Wait, what? No, not on your controller, on your keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're lucky, it will appear somewhere where you can see it, and then it will stay there forever.
Well, it's also relative to your like avatar menu somehow.
What are you doing?
I think
Legends got back.
Oh, Legends got back?
I'm not sure if you noticed, like on here.
So you did crash.
Yes. But
why are people spamming the doors?
I don't know, it's annoying.
They're testing them. Gotta make sure it doesn't crash.
Who's doing that? Is it you?
Wait, doing what?
Or was it him? Are you doing it?
Oh.
Are you doing the whispers?
he was like on the other side of the wall. Oh, he's still there. He's still there.
It's like I can definitely hear where it's coming from. It's the pizza. The vault.
The creep.
My sound systems are too low right now to hear it properly, which I don't know if I just want to update it. Hopefully, it doesn't bother.
Whoa. Hello. Oh, you're still there.
Yeah. Wait, can you see through the wall? Is that? Well, obviously you have your head probably.
Yeah.
I just
I'm looking right at Legends. I'm eye level with Legends.
Shadows are really cool, and you can have light flickering in your world. Because if you do real time, like it's gonna be difficult, I think, to enable real time lights. Because it's gonna look weird on like, big lights.
The look he gave me is so funny. He's so good at that.
I gotta start adding what is it, emotes into my avatar.
Footsteps.
Footsteps?
It goes down.
You're not dancing.
He's
You got
dancing.
custom animations off?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep.
He is dancing.
He's. I even have your shader on though, but you're just sit still for me.
No, he's dancing. He's dancing.
Alright, I'm gonna turn the animations on.
Yeah, I had to turn them off because apparently all non-friend. Well, no, I might have lowered my frames too.
Like everything
now
except friends.
Now he's dancing, but it is frame bad. So sorry, buddy. He just died.
He died.
Oh,
you can see that?
Yeah, we could see. I think emotes are still
Yeah,
there. It's just you can't see anything
Oh,
else.
okay.
If I turn on custom animation, it drops me by like 15 to 20 frames.
So
Just for fun.
if I'm
That's because
allowed to go to the
I'm
other
friends with
developer
people
ones,
here,
yes,
so.
I will try to stream it.
Yeah, that's
Which is why it's like
probably a
I
good-
might, just try to make some weird little
I'm
prototype
still
thing I
trying
always
to
get
work
in.
out which fucking button is the hamburger button.
Okay, you may not have it on your keyboard, but for mine, it is there's spacebar, then going to the right, Alt,
Well, I'm lagging out pretty hard for a
Windows.
No, actually, now that I
Menu.
think about it, when you open the console, does it open it like forever? Is there a way to?
Yes, it opens it forever, but you can just like click it again to turn it off. It's a toggle.
Oh, okay.
But the problem with that is like it's terrible in VR. On desktop, it's just right there on your screen, but in VR, like just some physical location in the world.
Yeah, so I opened up mine and I didn't see it. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in here. I'll never find it.
It doesn't it go through all like items? Like, remember I was in Silence World and I could just see it through, like see through everything. Stop
Yeah.
dancing. Hold on, let me just test. Oh, did we just like go inside? Oh, there is my menu, and everything is just you speak.
You said on
Oh, I
the
bet.
menu button.
I can't. So I think. Do you have to have your menu open when you do this?
You have to be.
Do you have to have your mouse?
No, you don't have. You just have to have the.
What happened?
Obviously, you have to have VRChat like focused.
There it is. Now it's right in front of your face.
I just
Right here. Here's my menu right there.
not with shaders
This,
and everything.
part of the reason I have that in the title
Oh,
is because
nice.
it's not going to be called the developer meetup
Avatar
anymore.
doesn't
We're
have
actually
enough
just
fingers.
changing the name too.
IK is disabled.
So in a way,
Sorry,
this is
dude.
the final developer meetup.
Sakaruki took a picture.
Wait, I have a question. If you have animations turned off, can you not see my drawing anymore?
Unless they've like a ton of like multiple.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I just did.
Oh.
Nope, I don't see it.
Yep.
Super optimized.
Haha.
Cyan, you're streaming live right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's funny because my friend recognized me.
Wait, I'm always
Guys,
like
you?
streaming.
Yeah. Well, with my, the realistic Asian avatars I always use, so.
That now Lakuza and Octu has too.
Yes.
What?
What?
It's my signature.
Oh gosh, right through my face is a ghost.
Oh. This bear is pretty huge.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Also, you can see the artifacts on here as well.
Is that just the you didn't generate UV maps?
Yeah,
This one
I
is from
didn't.
below, I think.
Yeah, this is from one of the light sources below. Yep, this is from below.
And then on my Windows keyboards, it goes
Interesting.
spacebar, Alt, Windows, menu,
I think the walls are using the standard shader because it looks.
Yes.
Okay, that's something.
It's using the standard shader. What shader? Is the standard shader like expensive or?
No, but it's just in terms of look. It's not ugly, but it's like very plasticky, I guess.
Plasticky.
It is standard, yeah. So if you could find a normal map, maybe just a cloth normal map, or anything to make the wall a bit less flat. I guess it doesn't matter if you don't have weird lights. You can see it here because it's really apparent because of the bug. Just in terms of look. It's not like necessary.
Man, these jorts.
Are you good if we move on? DSM?
I'll try in the next world.
Sure, absolutely. Let's move on to the next world.
Fiona.
Okay, should we respawn?
Yeah, let's respond.
Yeah, let's respond.
Or have Rubik reset
Respawn,
the
guys.
instance.
Everybody respawn. Just say it throughout the entire house. Respawn.
Responding.
Is that a chest? Was that there last time?
Yeah.
Respawn.
I think I'll just keep the black sky.
It's funny, there was like 2 people over here, and then I looked back and everyone was there.
Yeah, and your frame rate
Really dark clouds.
Fiona.
Really dark. There's a slight color shift.
Oh jeez, I'm worried.
Really, really dark clouds.
Yeah, like really dark.
Nobody is
just to show
listening.
off some AI pickup. I just put it down. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to explain anything with 40 people.
I think I'll just keep the black sky.
It's funny, there was like 2 people over here
Hey.
in chat.
My menu moved over here.
It's gonna.
My log moved over here. That's weird.
That was an hour ago.
When I respawned.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you mute your mic in this map? Because I don't know why I can't.
If you're on desktop, you have to like turn off voice toggle.
I can mute it just fine.
Yeah.
I would try.
Oh,
It's
that's
like mic default's on. You have to turn that off if you're on desktop.
I can try. Okay, so this world, all it is a bunch of examples of AI. So if you're interested in doing AI in your maps for NPCs, I have just a bunch of different behaviors. And so there's a QR code in there that you'll be able to download it, but don't use it yet because it's not quite complete. So it is if you've been to Bless the Rains with a little dog that spawns and follows you around, or if you've been to Bathhouse Utopia, which has the cats that are AI that you can pick up. So it's got a lot of examples of stuff like that. So we can just go in, you can kind of like see all of them, and that's basically it. We shouldn't be there for very long, and then whoever's next, maybe make sure they're ready to go, so that we're not there for half an hour just looking at animals.
I could not explain. Drinking right now. Oh my god. Alright.
I'm losing tracking here.
I figured from the no response that that's probably what was happening. Alright.
Clog.
Reminded of Octu's map.
For fuck's sake, Portals, get it right.
I didn't know you knew about the Sunday showcase
I swear to God, we
I actually didn't know about it either.
You're the last person I expect to go to one of these things.
I didn't know about this either until now.
Who did you join off of?
Sergeant.
Oh, hey, Squid. Hello.
Is this everybody then?
Do we want to continue? I don't know. Are we going?
Up to you guys. Just looking at the comments. Oh, I can't even know enough time because the map loads. So many dogs!
Dude, you're gonna die! Oh, it's one of these. Oh,
so many dogs, Fiona! Yep.
Look on the upside.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, if you can get a big group of friends, you know, world top you already have testing every week or every day.
Who's it dead?
Honestly, that's what actually I would do when I first released archery. I would just like go to public ones, see what people were doing.
Actually, I think the dog. No, the dog shouldn't push it.
Every reprojected frame.
No, so the tortoise. Here, I should explain so Science Stream can hear it. So the tortoise is following an animated target. So it's going to basically go on a set path because its AI target just goes like to 4 points, so it's just animated around.
So do you need a nav mesh?
Yes.
Yes. This whole plane is a nav mesh. All AI needs a nav mesh. Then the somewhere around there's a little white cat that's running around. Somewhere.
Look back here.
There it is.
Over there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so this little white cat.
Kitty. I like to
It
pet
has
the kitty.
the AI target on that is actually childed to it, and so when the AI target is centered on itself, it stops. When the AI target is straight out in front, it goes forward, and if the AI target is slightly off to the right or left, it'll turn. So you basically treat it like a carrot on a stick and animate that, and so that will randomly wander. And then the cat itself has a sphere collider on it that will detect if someone comes near. It kind of breaks when there's a lot of people because it kind of does an on-enter and on-exit. Then there is, let's see, the sardine. So the sardine is doing the same random wander that the cat does. There's a sardine. There's a sardine. Is someone writing it? No, okay.
Wait, you can see somebody writing it? What?
No, I thought a thing was somebody writing it. And so the sardine is just an example of if you drag in the standard assets AI, it will come in with like some random NPC. And if you go into the animator controller, you can see all the things that the standard assets AI script interfaces with. You can drag in your own mesh and your own animations into that blends tree. So that's what this thing is doing. It's just doing a random wander. And then it has a swim left, a swim right, and a swim forward that I just dragged into the blend tree. And so that's a really easy way to put custom animations into the AI controller. And then the turtle, and then we already did the turtle. And then the spawn doges, these are kind of a special case. These use Hardlight's player tracker and spawn item system. And you guys have seen all these in Bless the Rains before, but this is how you can spawn in an AI that follows you. And there's a little bit of tricks to do that to make sure it's not super jittery for everyone. And people have also done this to have enemies that spawn in and follow you per player so that like you can multiply the enemies per player in a dungeon map. The last one, somewhere around here, is the pickup bunny. Here we go. So in Bathhouse Utopia, the cats use the system. I couldn't use the actual cat because that's a paid asset, so we got this freebie bunny wherever he is.
Is somebody holding
Someone's
the
probably
bunny?
got the pickup. Could be.
There.
I don't know.
Where's over there? That's helpful.
There's the bunny. There's the bunny.
It is.
See, when we move, it's look back.
Here's the bunny.
Guess which dog is yours.
So the bunny uses the pickup as its target, which is kind of nice if you want to have something follow something, as well as you have to do some special stuff if you make your AI a pickup. It will also kiss your face. So it's kissing Legends right now.
Oh, I don't.
So the issue is that there's two components that the AI uses that you have to deactivate if it is not on a nav mesh. One is the nav mesh agent. So if I don't turn off the nav mesh agent and try to pick it up, I can steer it around, but it will be glued to the floor, which may be a useful thing to do in some cases. If you want to have an object that like sticks to a nav mesh, but you can manipulate it in X and Y, you could use it that way. The important one is you have to turn off AI character control if the object is not on a nav mesh because it will spam errors like every frame. So you have to make sure that if you pick it up, you turn that off. And then you don't turn it back on again until it touches a nav mesh. So you need to make sure your nav mesh is a special layer that it detects with a collider when you put it on. And that was what will last time when we did the test of Bathhouse Utopia, that was what was causing our errors because I was turning it on drop instead of on collision. What's up, Rubik?
I have about 5 questions. Could you how do you phrase it? Okay, can you disable the component that it needs to find someone after it found someone? Like, how can you detect that it reached destination to the player?
Oh yeah, so what I do with, so for example, when this bunny meets its carrot,
It's right here.
I can do a trigger collider detection on it. And so then, and so you can, there's a couple things you can do. If you use a standard script, it will automatically stop when it gets there, and it will just stop. And the standard script will actually, because you're using a blend tree based on speed, it will change the animation to whatever the animation is when it's idle. For the ones that I've done that use a trigger detection of when it gets to the target, that you just like have your object and a collider on your AI, and when that happens, you send an event to it to say to change to your idle animation.
No, it's not. Now it's
You can also, I think, so the pickup bunny, you can change the target either by moving the target around, or you can do animation events to change the AI target, which you can't do with like the look at and follow target scripts, but you can do with AI. It is pretty useful. So in Bless the Reins, all the animals that you can ride, they randomly change their target using the button script. So they don't, so this guy follows a set path. They will follow a random path based on a number of targets that they can go to. So that way they're not predictable.
So if you wanted to animate, I guess, an animal going from point A to point B, and then point B stops, get disabled, would that be better to just animate that instead of using nav mesh and any other component?
It depends. If you like, if this turtle, if you just wanted to follow a set path and never interact with anything, then yeah, you should just animate that. The problem is that if you don't have a perfectly flat terrain, it's a pain in the butt to animate it going up your terrain, right? So if you bake a nav mesh, it'll just go wherever is walkable. You don't have to worry about it. However, the animation is definitely more reliable, because nav mesh, it gets a little bit finicky with bumps and stuff.
So it would try to always get around things to reach a destination, or would it get stuck?
Yes, it does pathfinding. However, it's not great at it. It's not the best. There's lots of stuff you can do with nav mesh agents, and there's a lot of Unity tutorials on that. So like, if you want to know more, I would suggest just looking at the Unity tutorial. But as far as how to implement it in VRChat and have some like basic stuff, and then the things you have to do specifically for VRChat. So for example, the AI scripts, they don't want to be interrupted. They don't want you to physically push the objects around, right? And so you can get into trouble and errors unless you take care of that. So if, for example, I've got colliders all the way around, so you can never throw the AI off the nav mesh permanently. I'm not really sure how to reliably get them to respawn.
So what is the cost of, let's say, one dog in terms of draw goals?
I now have a controllable doggo.
Isn't that just, the mesh itself?
There's the animation, and then there's all the
Controlling the dog above
calculations being made behind that. Is it not like calculable, at least through the profiler? Is this just a testing thing?
Oh, probably. I don't know. I kind of do by case. So I know that somebody in Science Discord used the Spawn Doge pickup method, and they had like 300 interactable killable slimes. So like, you can have a fair amount of them.
That's a word I like.
So
killable slimes.
Killable slimes. So yeah, so I'm going to make this a public tutorial world. The QR code will be where you download the Unity package if you just want to see how all this stuff is done. It's all really not that difficult. It just requires you playing around with it a lot. But more NPCs, guys. I would love to see more NPCs as opposed to like, characters that are just sitting there that you click on. Yeah, let's get them interactive. Okay, that's it, Squid.
All right, you.
Me? Oh no. Can you gather everyone? Because they've got a big warning with this world.
Yeah, sure. I think everyone's already kind of gathered. Sorry. Except for those guys, those nerds.
Those nerds.
Hey, nerds.
Fiona.
I was just talking about this with like Squid.
I randomly messaged you on Discord.
If I wanted to make a Roomba, would I use the script that's on the
Start talking real loud, and I'll get everyone around you. I'm sure once they realize who's talking, we'll begin to listen.
All right, guys. My world's next.
Can we go a bit further?
Guys, around
You would probably want the carrot and the stick one, the one that's on the cat.
Okay, so the next world that I'm dropping I don't know if anybody saw it on my Twitter, but I like started making a new pin thing, which is really interesting. The only problem though is that it is super network heavy, so I had to limit it down to only 2 because if you draw a lot, we will be kicked. So let's not do that and have to, go back to the cave. So I'll drop a portal, I'll explain some things, and then we can have a few people maybe like practice with it, but then we should move on before it gets too bad.
Something wrong with my case.
What was that?
Does he racing clear it?
I mean, you can't see any of the gray people.
Is something wrong with that? Wait, what? I'll see you in the parking lot.
Of all these people with their doges.
I think I'll pass.
There's a lot of dogs.
All right. Oh, this is gonna get laggy.
Doggo, why are you showing your ass?
I'm just gonna go ahead, hopefully stop me from from
wall off like 40
So-
people.
No, wait, no, guys, stop! Don't use it yet.
What?
Don't touch it. Like,
How do I let go? How do I let go of it?
Cyan, the picture for this world, man.
that's like the default picture. Sorry about that, Ben. Wait, no, don't grab these yet. Oh,
Don't grab it. Don't grab it.
Don't worry, I was the only other person that grabbed it too.
Oh, wait, are we gonna do that demonstration? Am I gonna go to the other avatar? Well, not yet. Wait for
Yes,
everyone to
let's
get in
do it.
first. It's not that
Is
thing.
this it,
It's
or
this
is that
thing.
one? Okay.
Oh, hold on. Before, I'll start off with this one, but is everybody here? Is anyone else still loading, you think?
Wait, so you said it's a new way from the old markers?
Wait, Squid's not here yet?
FPS is
actually,
so
no, he's loading in.
Squid's here.
Oh, yeah.
We've got 34.
Megabytes. That
Almost,
means
almost.
Everyone left. The turtles are super smooth.
You probably became Master Lakuza at that
It went
point.
to about 3-4 people. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when you were master. Yeah, because the turtles look super smooth when I'm master. It's just the object sync issue.
Okay. So do you think this is everybody? I'll just give a demonstration.
Yeah.
Also clear that.
Sure.
So this is a new style of drawing pins. It is super inefficient at this point, but it's still fun to mess with. Instead of being like the standard markers that no one can see the animations. Instead of it being like fully curvy, like a like particles or what is the one line renderers, this is something more. You start here, and it's a full line until you release.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Now, this is just an interesting one because I also have a menu because I can just change the color at any time. Now, the best part is, tell me when I'm loaded in here. I'm only changing this because it's kind of funny. As Fiona will demonstrate, I have a ball. I'm going to stick this here. Fiona, draw a nice picture.
Okay, here we go. How nice does it need to be?
No idea.
Oh, it follows you. Oh, that's amazing.
Tell me when you're done.
Here you go.
Oh no.
I can't see it yet.
Okay, I think he needs the rest of his body, don't you?
Jesus.
So you guys are all laughing. I have no idea what this is.
This is basic. Okay, so I have been super nice this time. There you go.
What the heck is this?
That's amazing.
I may not like it.
Wait. I need to make it better. Hold on.
I should like it and be
hold on.
scared of it.
Give him a
Okay.
Oh, don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
That's what this is.
I'm losing tracking a little bit here.
It's like once she starts drawing, I have to completely stop moving.
What happens when you use the 3D version?
Oh, don't do too much though, because some people might start getting kicked. So.
All right, I need. This is important though.
Cyan, back away. Back away.
It's gonna make it worse if I do. She's still at the pin.
There we go. We got it.
I can't read backwards.
What do you think it says?
Look backwards into the mirror.
Okay, that works.
Wait, you're right.
I'm pleased to meet you, my long-lost brother.
Oh no, you're moving! Stop moving!
Oh no.
So difficult. It's really hard to move the S sign. That's really hard to do. Okay.
Okay, is this good? Can I move yet?
We're good. You can move. Go ahead and move.
I don't know. Okay, so yeah, this is all attached to the ball here. So you can like stick it on your face like VRChat. So if anybody wants to.
Other people can wear it now. I know who needs to wear it. Go ahead and put it. You have to grab it and then click it. There you go.
Oh, did I accidentally?
Oops. Wait, hang on.
Alright, I'm getting out of my arm here.
This is
The real at legend.
I don't even know. Hey, $50 per picture, okay?
Jesus Christ, how much do I fucking owe you? I thought this was an affordable place.
Oh, what is going on? It is like freaking out for me.
It's become a mind of its own. It's yeah.
Oh, is it working for people now? No, it's like...
No, it's still here.
I'm gonna give you your marker back. I'm gonna look at the log. Hold on.
Oh, I apparently cleared it. Oops.
Oh, I have the ball right here in my hand.
Rest in peace.
I didn't see you,
Wait.
Splinks.
Where are you, Splinks?
Well, I have an invisible avatar right now.
Oh.
Why?
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, so...
It's not invisible for me, and I want to ask Splinks, what is this from?
Okay.
What?
It's like you have shaders unblocked. What is this?
I have no idea what I am. I did this a long time ago.
You're the
Don't
one
judge.
with the girl. You're like girl
Yeah,
E or
you're-
something.
Okay.
Some kind of low
Yeah, one
poly
of those
female.
girls.
I can tell
Hey,
these, and I have.
I know.
That's scary.
Can we draw DSMT some ghost legs?
I mean, we could.
He's around here somewhere.
He's over there. Somebody has the ball now, but I can't tell what's going on.
Well, the illusion is gone.
Right here.
That was
Oh,
interesting.
are you holding that, or
Get some ghost legs.
you have to give him the ball? Like, take the ball, click it, and put it on, and then like you can draw on you.
And not the sweater vest.
Where's this ball?
Here.
Whichever girl
Oh, there it
that
is.
was.
All right.
All right, Legends, have fun with the pen. You just gotta stop moving. No, it's the other one.
All right.
No, the
I
other.
think
No.
it did. Sound did say it would be.
Also, if you click the tip of it, you can change the color. Oh, wait, it's black for you. Interesting.
I don't know.
And brown hair.
I have to stand really still.
The hell is
Yes.
this avatar, Splinks?
Is in my work.
Let me know when I can move.
This is new persona.
Wait, the main one? This one?
No, please do.
I think that one's better.
Yeah, I think it's
All 105 polygons.
I don't even think it's
they
chicken
all
feet,
look
dude.
alike.
Yeah, you can move now.
I can move now. Wait, what am I? What am I?
I couldn't
What
go
am
in
We
I?
have a couple more reference exceptions.
What was that?
But otherwise, just a lot of packet. We have a couple more reference exceptions, but other than that, just a bunch of packet latency stuff.
Okay. But yeah,
How long did it take for me to
Move on.
yeah, we're good.
Alright. Oh.
Wait, you want to do a full world test?
Well, do we count
Like,
this as breaking?
on Smooth Octopus's one?
Oh.
I don't know if they broke it or not.
I mean, it still works for me. Everything's still going.
No, I mean the.
Blue platforms.
Okay.
Like,
Free
white
uploading.
floor.
I don't know where the other pen is now.
Here's one.
But where's the white
How long
pen?
did it take for me to get the invite?
Oh, you're trying with it. That's why.
What the delay was like.
Cyan, nobody crashed, so
Not yet.
it's fine.
1 second.
I'm not lagging or anything.
It's not a lag thing. It's just eventually there'll be so much network that everyone will just get disconnected. Like it's just all of a sudden. You don't notice at all.
Is it because it's in sync?
Oh.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Every single one of these things is 3 object syncs.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shit.
Why 3?
What?
Oh, because it has one that parents to the.
It's like the standard one that you
Atmosphere?
spawn. Then there's 2 endpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I could theoretically make it so it's 2, but at the same time, it's gonna be like really bad because these are spawned objects.
You guys real quick,
Two
sorry.
is still-
Loft and Sly, I want to say a couple
You
things
know,
about the world
50%
before
better
we
than
go,
3.
if you guys don't mind gathering around them.
So they're just cylinders?
Yeah.
It's just like his bowstring. basically.
Oh, basically, yeah. I see.
So my turn to talk
I have
this
to
time.
I got work.
So yeah, Sly and I are working on Atlantis together. Right now it's pretty much just a neat underwater map that kind of looks like Abzu, or at least we're trying to get inspired by that game, if you know it. Yeah. Since last time,
The SMT left the
we've
world.
been doing some upgrades to the terrain, shaders and stuff. We're still trying to figure out how to do the grass neatly, but I guess you guys will see. Other than that, it's pretty simple so far. Can you drop the portal, Sly, maybe?
Yes. No, I'm not gonna drop the portal.
Oh,
good at yourself.
I just wanted to say a few words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let me drop.
I think we have a better color scheme now.
Is it
So,
invite
any
plus?
feedback on
Right?
the
Yes,
style?
invite plus.
Yeah, invite plus.
I will have feedback.
Yeah, any feedback on the color scheme or the style?
Oh wow.
This,
That's a
sorry
nice
for not
picture.
paying attention to comments as much there. We can probably make pets that you can take care of now. The problem with that though is there's no persistent data. So if you leave the world, you have to completely start over.
No Man's Sky.
You there, Cyber?
Yeah. Sorry, I was texting someone. Don't worry.
And yeah, also reading the other
I'm
things,
next,
how
right?
you can make holsters and guns in this game. Yes, you can
thank
definitely use the
you.
player tracker to do holsters. I don't know if you ever saw my map, like VRChat. But yeah, with that one, it's just the same thing as the ball here, but with a different visual mesh. Player tracker is very nice. It's in Toy Box, which is in the pins at World Channel. And also, yeah. There's a gigantic prefabs list, which eventually I want to make a video on it, but it's kind of difficult, so there's so many. But if you go to the official Discord, look at the pens. Am I? Okay, still muted. Official Discord, the pens, there's a gigantic database of like all the prefabs people can download.
When we get a nicer solution,
Which Fiona is going to be adding the
like
pets once it's finished.
unified set of shaders that will
If I
be able to
optimize those
connect
pins, I'd definitely put those in too.
And then
And a couple other things that I've been like posting on my own, like Twitter.
the fish
If I'm not back,
will
I
have a
just do
bunch
the
of
thing
fish
first.
moving around and making the whole place more lively.
And the coral too. Interact with coral for sure.
Well, the floating particle is supposed to only
Yeah.
be localized
So the way
to
we've
the
been
spawn area.
operating is mainly
Oh, no,
Sky
it's
here
everywhere.
has been doing the layout and doing basically the whole map, and I'm just making a bunch of shaders. But yeah, let's go look.
I don't think people collaborate though.
Yeah, not often.
You're right.
Wait, who are we following?
Where are we going? Wait, I don't know. Where do we?
We're just following Muffman.
Follow
Follow the lava
Oh, yeah.
lamp.
I don't even know where. Oh yeah, we're going here. Thank you.
What's causing the what is it called?
Can you raise the voice fall off?
Oh, it's actually a separate material. I'm just gonna make a new material. I was just lazy. But yeah, I just need a.
Yeah. We want to
Just
make
need-
all the rocks and all the materials our own custom stuff. Maybe having some mods of grass on top of the rocks as well. Yeah, and as you can see, the shadows are really, really dark. We want to kind of make it a little bit more easy on the eyes.
But I don't know if this is just me, but the grass when it in the distance, it looks like the stereo is doing something weird. I can't quite describe it.
I don't see it.
It just
I
looks
had that issue recently with another map with instanced stuff, and I had to restart VRChat, and it fixed itself.
They go down quite.
I'm not sure if that's the thing.
I mean, I honestly don't see
Sometimes
it
it seems
right now.
like the wrong shader variant gets loaded or something like that.
Just shorten them.
possibly like that grass over there. It looks like
They wouldn't like bend
the stuff behind is closer, but also not. Is and is it meant to shift color?
I think what you're looking at is probably like with the project settings, with the I think with the quality cascades. I think it might be that. I'm not sure exactly, but that could be causing it.
Maybe because I think I run on VR high, so I don't know if that's.
Also, it's not often you stand like.
But yeah, let's all go to the the big ledge or the big, what's it called, a piece.
Ooh.
Just make sure you don't run away while talking because no one can hear you.
That's where the butt is, the drop off.
Wait, Sly, where is it? This way? I forgot.
Yes.
Is there a butt?
Duh. Yeah. Oh, I want to add one. Yeah, the butt. You don't know the butt.
A whale with a butt.
Can't believe you don't know about the butt.
He doesn't know.
Oh no, talking about butts, you got Fiona interested.
Come on.
In the butt.
It's from Finding Nemo. The butt.
Oh.
Yeah.
The butt. Yeah. Would be like. I think I saw it in Danish when I saw it such a long time ago. In the station.
Yeah. So.
Oh
this
yeah.
is just
Also, this terrain shader is
this is very quickly done.
So where the
but instead of this huge open area where everything was caustics as you saw last time, I wanted to do a drop off here. And then from the side over there probably is where there's going to be like another cave entrance, a system where it's going to lead into Atlantis. Well, so far that's the layout that I'm looking at.
Right now.
I would really like to try to add a whole bunch of fish and other things to swim off like in the distance so that you really get that sense of depth. Right now, actually, down there is just like a unlit plain. It's not actually like the end of the terrain because if you fall off, you're still gonna, yeah, like that guy. He's still gonna, yeah, he's still gonna be.
Because I can see the edges of something down there.
Mm. Yeah. That's still the terrain. So I'm gonna do something where like unfortunately I have the terrain pretty large, so I might just extend some other stuff. It might be just open and barren, but I'm not sure. I'm just playing around with ideas of how I want to escape out the land, and yeah, for the most part, what our next move is to add caustics into this custom shader that Loveprof made. So
Sly, can you explain what do you mean by caustics?
Caustics is the light rays that fall onto the surface. So like when it passes through the water, it does this like, you know, this cool light ray thing, you know, like when you're underwater you see it in your pool. Yeah, that's what caustics are, and essentially that's what every underwater map has, and it's what you should feel when you feel underwater. You see the light rays going through, and it just looks very, very nice. So that's gonna give it more of that feeling of being underwater, as well as the god rays or light shafts that come through the surface. I think that's what's gonna really sell the feeling of depth. Yeah. For the most part, that's what we have. So I'm really glad we were able to work out this custom shader that Loveprof made, where we could make kind of pathways where it kind of blends in both two different colors, one having the pink and the other being the path, which is like this nice brown. Everything's pretty much like pastel colored. Where Loveprof actually recommended for a color palette using like I forgot.
I didn't know we were under the water.
I think it's Adobe Color or something like that. But it's a really, really cool site where you can get a nice color palette.
Oh yeah, that site's been around for a long time.
Yeah. But I think that really concludes most of what we wanted to show off today. So thanks for checking it out. And it's going to be really exciting when we add everything else, including what really matters in the underwater map, which is all the fish and the coral. So we're really excited to show that off.
Music or maybe ambient noise.
Yeah. Well, if I'm sure you've been to what was it called again? Oh, sorry, the musical flowers map. Oh, but Loveprof's musical flowers map with the glowing things. I made the ambient sounds for that, and I mean I'm studying music production, and I produce music just like as my main hobby and passion. So that's what I'm gonna do is add like my own like soundtrack and everything, and make it really cool. Yeah.
I like it. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I forgot to
Thank
we're in
you,
a
thank
new
you.
world.
How'd you make
Hey,
custom world?
what kind of music do you do?
I primarily produce electronic music. Like it ranges from like lo-fi hip hop to like trap, and I've made dubstep too. So I make pretty much everything. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
I also do music.
Oh, awesome, dude. What do you produce, or what do you like to create?
Whatever comes to mind, really. I've made electronic. Yeah. I've done some other kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Although I know.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't be limited to one genre, or that's just my opinion. But I like.
Sorry, you gonna
like
going
going around. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome,
totally.
awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't want to break the conversation.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know.
But I mean, like, definitely, like, I love seeing people's work in progress, their worlds, and their other stuff, their art and music. So, tweet it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Put it on Discord. You know.
So the next world that we're going to be going to is my world that I work on as a hobby.
For sure.
Just kind of off topic. Just kind of in my own free time, it just combines a bunch of like different things, like some areas where you can hang out, areas where you can dance, areas where you can sit and play like spin the bottle and stuff like that. It just combines a bunch of them that you see in a bunch of other maps.
Nice.
So I'll drop the portal.
Wait, should we do it in spawn so we're sure everybody is with us? Or
we should probably respawn.
Yeah, respawn.
Okay.
Respawn, guys.
Everybody
I
respawn.
don't know. There's a bunch of people coming in now, so.
I think we're missing a few still. I saw some like along the way. I don't know.
Well, respawn is always. What?
What a legend has like 68 people in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Spotlight
It's
for the
got like
win.
it had like 90 earlier. I saw that.
I mean, it's been at 60 like every time I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a fun time. It's a fun time.
Or no?
Yeah, I keep
Mine is two numbers. One says 70 and oh, now they both
I'm
updated.
gonna wait for Squid. All right.
Damn, my shoes look nice under
Take
this.
me by the hand.
They do look nice.
All right.
Galleon, you're sharp, man.
This is really good though. You guys are doing really nice stuff. Are you guys gonna add like any
That
sort
feeling
of, like,
when you're a gray man
housing
standing
area
next
or,
to
like,
someone in a
buildings?
suit.
Oh, portal.
Ooh.
It's gonna be.
Yeah,
Okay, I get it.
Or we might do some weird.
I like it.
Futuristic.
What happened?
Portal?
What the?
Yeah, I hate that.
Wait, girl to sleep? Wait, what is going on here?
Oh, we're just critiquing the armature. Portal.
Vroom. Total time.
I wonder if you're at the gray.
Nope, just us.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, was not
Hey,
expecting
Cyber, is this copyright music?
Probably.
I already turned my sound
Okay.
off.
Sounds like. I mean, it's good.
Oh yeah, that's weird. I can't.
It's good though.
Covering your ears.
Yeah, it's probably.
If only that
Save the
works.
stream from copyright music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I could turn my ears, or cover my ears, but still hear you and not the music. What is
Yeah,
this?
it's alright.
Bonk, I just
There we
hit a
go.
desk.
Stream this.
Why am I facing that direction? What?
Alright. Alright.
That's what that is.
I think that's everyone. Seems like it.
Basically, if Squid and Sign are here, they're usually the tail end of it, unless someone is slow to load.
Well, I mean, I normally have fast to load, though.
Yeah.
I've like, been the last person and still loaded like midway for everyone.
Yeah.
See? We still people.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
Seems to
people
be
joining.
some slight clipping with this
Yep.
text.
I'd just stay in here for now.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
while we're on the subject of text, has anybody experienced the issue where text becomes all like broken, but then like opening a menu like fixes
Close
it?
Unity and reopen it.
No, it's VRChat only.
Broken in what way?
Approaching.
Like
In VRChat, you mean?
Yeah, in VRChat. Like Kuza and I experiences it like mainly like what a legend.
On your map?
Yeah, what a legend.
Looks like weird alien hieroglyphics.
Yes.
There's a canning for it.
I had that
There is?
issue once.
Or you
in
make
I've had that issue in Unity where all of my text just breaks, and I just close the project and reopen it. And it's fine.
I mean, that like we can't really just close VRChat and reopen it if it's VRChat, not Unity.
Yeah, I know.
What's weird is if I open up my UI menu, it always fixes it for me, but it doesn't necessarily fix it for everyone.
Okay.
Right. It's a local
I saw
thing.
the text disappear from what a legend on all the signs.
Yeah. Yep. Well, what?
Once.
The interesting portion of that, did you
We don't
like
know
go
why.
and check
We don't know
Lakuza's
why.
and it did work? Because Lakuza is using like UI canvases too. In What a Legend, I mean.
Because it should be around 40.
So like that's what's the strange part. Like it works for his section, but not like the main area.
Okay. I think
Why
that's
don't
it.
we go inside,
No,
guys?
still loading.
There's
Okay.
fun here.
I think that's probably long enough.
Follow Cyber.
Yeah, we're just setting your follower.
Alright, so welcome to my map. This is the spawn room. That's the map right there. It has a bunch of cool features in it. I'm adding stuff to it continually. And I just upgraded the 17 version, so when that updates, that's when my next update will probably come out. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's just better. But follow me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This always looks like laser quest to me.
So this is the hangout floor. You have couches, glow sticks, the screens I can control because I got master because I loaded first. Because I preloaded. But it's just like a good area where you can just hang out, chill, see who's joining the map, and yeah. This whole place, by the way, minus the avatars themselves, I made all the models and everything from scratch without any outside inspiration.
Damn. Very cool.
Yes.
Nice.
This is really cool.
Ooh, I do like this.
A lot of Boolean and extrusions, I see.
I'll give it a minute.
Oh no, he uses
Give him a minute on this.
AutoCAD.
Alright,
Autodesk.
Boolean,
Yep, Inventor.
Yeah, Boolean and extrusions.
Yep, pretty much.
That's
Like,
how
I
I learned
know.
to
The collider mesh only has 12 while the main map has about 500,000, so.
This is like the start.
I was about to say, I'm a Maya and 3ds Max user. That's the terminology.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I use
Max all the
Inventor,
way.
like I said.
Good.
I just make it the most in Inventor.
Glue sticks can be
Alright.
spawning definitely.
So yeah, I think everyone's explored the floor good enough.
Damn old button.
But yeah, let's go to the preview floor. Hey, before we do that, first of all, there's portals on the preview floor. Don't walk into them, please. Come on.
Okie doke.
On purpose, anyway.
Wait, are we
one?
going to the
Where are
preview?
we going?
Is that what he said?
Which one?
Preview floor. Second one from the bottom, guys. Down here.
Not this version.
What?
Oh.
Alright.
I thought he said don't go there.
Alright, so welcome to the preview floor. I've changed it from the avatar floor because, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I added like little columns and stuff in between each avatars here. You can switch between the rows of active avatars here. And there's a mirror. And on the direct opposite side, there are portals to my test world, so you can see what I'm working on now.
Nice.
Opposite?
Yes. Yeah, opposite side. So over here, there's two portals in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
My test worlds. So we're currently in the test, this one here. But that's my game mode one. And I could show that off too if you want. Later, if we run out of things. But, yeah. Alright, everyone come here. Gather. Alright, now we're gonna go to the space floor. So
that
click
sounds
space
fun.
floor and walk in.
Space.
So,
Head into the seating. Space.
you have some outside platforms that you can go onto.
I don't know what I'm clicking on.
Click a button by the screens over there, and it will enable the screen showing whatever's playing. You have the ability to go behind the bar, pick up the drinks. I was gonna add a layer that respawns them if you drop them, but I switched to 17 before I did that, and yep. Yes. But
Oh.
Quick explanation of these platforms you see here that seem to make no sense. Hold on. Make those guys. Come hither. Come hither.
Where'd everybody go? Oh, they went out here.
Yes. Alright, so each one of these platforms will have a kind of like a housing thing that you can enable, and it will have different game modes such as chess, pool, checkers, spin the bottle, like Little Never Have I Ever. It'll be you can have like multiple floors, different couches, mirrors. You can make it a private like platform and stuff on each one of these platforms. That's my idea for them.
Only worry about that is just don't have too many object sinks.
I know. Yes, I know.
Oh yeah, wasn't that like an issue with your map a long time ago? At one point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very much so. I'm actually impressed. No one fell off the tiny little gap that I left there.
Which tiny little gap?
At least one person.
I mean, we're gonna do it now.
I went on the railing.
Of the rail.
Give me a second. Did you really?
Hey!
I went all the way down.
This is really
It's to the dance floor.
This is a social violation.
Which one next?
Dance floor.
Dance floor.
Oh, and it gets really difficult for me to press any button.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
More object sync.
Oh.
I know the object sync is broken on this floor. I need to figure out what the hell is wrong with that. But on this floor, you have screens. You have, you know, the fancy glow sticks now. I like to call them Darth Maul glow sticks because they look like a Darth Maul glow stick.
What, am I bothering you? Is this in your way?
Yep.
I love this song.
And you can click this panel here, and you can click different effects right here. And you can enable different effects. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like this is a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. That'd be nice too.
I have too many people. Yes.
Oh, my menu disappeared for some reason.
There's also a mirror, but I'm also not going to click that as well. But you can hide the menu at the top too to make it so just the mirror is showing. And then you can click on at the bottom to completely hide everything.
Okay, that's it. I'm naming all my game objects amusing things for people who look at their logs.
That actually reminds me of like someone from college. Like nobody ever looks at the code, but like he would actually like name all of his variables to something really stupid. So one time he had a program where like everything was related to cats. Like every single variable had like a name that was like cat related. Which was even worse because like you could not understand what he was doing at all.
Okay. I put the limit at 25, so on my main map, so I'd say that's about good. But follow. We are going to the pool. Pool party.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
No documentation or actively hostile documentation.
I need to get changed then.
Hey, I'm not. I think that there is whimsical documentation, happy medium there.
But you can sit in each thing. We can click the middle part.
I want it in a
It is
tube.
Fiona's.
Oh, they're all taken.
Oh, is this spin the bottle?
Fiona's spin the bottle prefab
Yeah.
that I use for this.
Oh shit.
Are we?
Oh, nice.
This is awesome, actually.
Yep. Yes.
This is a lot of people for spinning the bottle.
Spin the bottle or something. That
Oh, no.
Yeah. Prepared, much.
Alright, Melon, go make out with somebody.
Mail-in?
7 minutes in the closet.
Wait, how does spin the bottle work?
To make sure it doesn't clip through the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course.
It's also just a mesh, though. That's literally just like a rectangle. Like, it's part of the mesh.
This is
I could easily get rid of it, though. But yeah, you can play spin the bottle and whatnot on this floor and just chill out and chat
How
with
long is
people.
this thing going to spin for?
Is someone just clicking it?
Stops.
Depends on how many times someone clicked it. And someone's continually
It's
clicking
infinite.
it too.
Yeah, people keep clicking.
Yeah, I'm gonna die before this actually
Someone keeps
finishes.
Oh, I made that prefab a long time ago. I don't know if I disabled the interact until it stopped. That's it, Cyan. You have to go make out with whoever clicked it.
Wait, what? It's not on me.
Oh, no, it looks like you gotta make out with Legends now. Oh, it moves.
Wait, I haven't seen it like
Too
land
bad.
on me.
You guys ready for this intuitive design? Dude, alright, so there's a square, there's a rectangular wall. I've done circles and squares. Let's do trapezoids. Yeah, alright, let's offset that a couple times, and then cut that into triangles, put them in the middle, and put triangles.
Oh.
That's, there is no thought design. It's just whatever I think of.
Hey, if it works. Like, oh, that'll look cool.
Yep, pretty much.
As long as it's symmetrical, it looks good. Oh.
Ooh, private
That's too short. I can't reach it.
No private room for
It's just
you.
for adults.
Adults only.
Bad.
Hold up. Behind you.
Nice.
Numero uno.
Feedback.
We're going into one. Number one.
Hell yes.
Number one.
Number one.
Hello?
Oh, you have to actually click it.
I click the buttons here though, just so we don't
Wait, do or don't?
spam it
Oh, okay.
and kill a couple people. Don't. Do not click the buttons.
That's funny. Though.
So each one of these private rooms, as you just saw, has the ability to change the wall between 4 different options and the centerpiece between 4 different options. And there's 3 overall shape options that you can use too. And some of them have like more interactive things as well. Like the
Gallium,
mirror,
do some
bunch,
calculations. How many different settings can we do?
you can click
All of them. I don't know. I'm not. I'm bad at maths. I know that 1 + 1 sometimes equals 2.
Yeah.
That's about
With
it.
the couch, you can disable
Sometimes.
the chairs.
Yeah, sometimes. Depending on floating point
Yeah.
area, sure.
Users.
Yeah, because 1 + 1 = 3 for extremely large values of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, if you change it while people are sitting down, they get trapped. So don't click it, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Somebody
don't
trap
get me
me.
started on this infinity is bigger than this infinity.
Just add forcing
I'm
people
gonna
out
add
of
a
stations.
log. I'm
What's great
gonna
is you
add a
multiply
log.
infinity by infinity
what?
and by
you
infinity
could,
again,
so
you get a
could add a lock so
volumetric
that if someone
infinity.
has got it occupied, then you can't change it. Or you could have it when someone changes it, it kicks them out of the station.
Yeah. I need to learn how to do that.
That's- yeah,
Someone
let's do
had
that.
a thing where they.
Oh, looks like you guys are stuck.
Alright, everyone stand up. Everyone off the chair.
Like a
'cause
square
everyone
mesh
keeps
between
clicking
their
and
hands.
trapping you guys.
And it had a shader on it, so they
Oh,
had like a
you're done.
wireframe shader on it that over-rendered, so they
Yeah.
could like look at.
That would be a better idea.
Because it's synced between
This
his
is
hands, they could like
messing
look
with
like
my
a map.
concepts of reality here. I can't get out. Okay, there we go.
Like
It's
look
not
at
in a
things
planar
like,
time.
Wait, what?
Oh,
But yeah,
hey.
Then you could put different shaders
Oh,
on
yeah,
it, so you could
also,
see when you know. You could have like,
literally like right there. Look outside. That's the map. That's where you guys just were. That is. Yep.
Do you still have this
Oh,
on your
cool.
avatar at some point?
Stop clicking the buttons. Holy shit.
It's lagging me.
How hard
It's
is it to
lagging me.
not click a button? This is why I'm adding a
Super
lock
hard.
to this.
Super hard.
This is what I'm gonna make a lock that you can enter a password into and stuff. So that people can't click it. Alright.
Guess who has a super old, outdated
But yeah, that's it.
prefab?
I know. Well, actually, I wanted to make so everyone has done the keypads with one code. Nobody has done the integer math one with reprogrammable code, although it's pretty trivial.
For everyone around, who here doesn't hear any music at all, even with the sound up? Does anyone else?
Pretty sure it doesn't.
It can be. VRC the stream player breaks like that a bunch. That's an issue with the stream player.
Lots of music for me.
I'm not.
I want to.
It's
I have a feeling for anyone on Windows 7.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Windows
no,
7
it's
for some reason.
a stream player. Yeah, no, the stream player doesn't work on Windows 7.
I'm hearing everyone's audio stuttering like
you.
next room.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Huh?
This is gonna be fun.
That's weird. Okay. But yeah,
There's
oh,
so
someone
many
got
people lagging. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're done, Cyber?
But yeah, yep, I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
How many people did we lose? Can everyone just respawn real quick?
Yeah.
Wait, if Rubik's still here, we could probably reset the instance. But
Yeah, but I'm just gonna see
I'll
how many
go
people
around.
we lost real quick. Like
Okay.
if we just respawn.
Hey, Cyan. How
Yes?
hard would it be to make a dev meetup respawn everyone
button
prefab?
super easy.
Yeah, like that'd be super easy that we could just like give to people. Hey, you got a world to show off if it's really
I
big.
thought it was Ambi at first.
Puts in there
Wait a minute.
and it just respawns everybody when we need to go.
Is Ambi really squid?
The only portion that would be like, I guess, hard is determining who can actually press the button.
It's killing me. I love it.
But the actual respawn everybody is super easy.
Do you want to say
Yes,
anything before we go?
that may have to be like a key code thing if you want to make sure that only one person can do it, or you just hide it in a column, say.
Well, I mean, one of the things that I've remember the menu thing that I was saying. You just like it always follows you. You hold buttons to turn it on. You press keypads to unlock it, and then at that point you just have all power, which you can just press a button and be like respawn everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, if people want to just like here, just drop this very simple prefab in, hide it inside a tree.
That basically what it'd be.
super
It's just, all we have to do is change the password.
Yep.
What may even work is that the old meetups was before avatar audio was limited. VRChat just had an avatar that just had a spatialized audio that just said, you know, we're moving on in 5 minutes, please respawn. So you could just do a similar thing, just to trigger in an audio file.
That would be great.
But the thing is, like, the safety settings broke all our other things.
You can't have shaders. You can't have audio. It's just like you can't do it.
Yeah,
anymore.
no. But I'm
It's
saying
in-world.
similar way, just still in world.
Oh no, it's like one of the other
it would
things
be
that
less-
people would do was like they would have a like screen space shader that's just literally respawn.
That'd work.
Oh, the portal.
Oh, yeah, we should go on through. Vroom, vroom.
Nope, it's just us. And hello, just Avery. Curly font. Wait, whose world is this?
But this looks like CS grenade toss.
Hell yes.
Snow Fort battle.
This is a great idea. I like this concept. I want to spectate though.
I see some camera stuff going on down there though. Press it 2 to 3 times? What?
Oh, my leg is asleep.
That's very funny. I
What?
like that.
Wait, how do you spectate? Yeah, there's a button there.
What?
I
just
I died. Push the button, I guess.
You guys don't press the buttons here.
Oh, someone hit the reset button.
Don't hit the button. It. Let's watch them play.
Oh, come on. I just
I mean, at least I've done this before.
Oh, I see some hard light crystals.
I'm gonna win.
Hard Light Crystals sounds like such a cool name.
Hard light
Hard
crystals.
Light Crystals.
Yeah, it does.
That's fine.
What's so what is this?
Oh, this sounds really cool. You build a fort, and then you have to defend your thing. So think, what is it, like capture the flag, except you build the map.
I've played this.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is great.
I thought of something similar before, but it's just like I never put enough time into it, like making anything of it.
Holes are good for like travel between. So yeah, we should have some.
Do they have like unlimited money?
Yeah. I was gonna say, can you just like spam it and just like put a bunch of walls?
I mean, at this point, it's just like, yeah, click all the buttons, go put them somewhere, go back, click them all again.
How's this team doing? Holy shit.
I would spend all my
They
build
may have-
time
they
just
may have
spamming the buttons.
They may have cooldowns.
Wait, who's actually the creator of this?
Yeah.
Squall.
Oh, there you are.
Are
I
there
have name tags
cooldowns?
off, so that's why.
What do you mean by cooldowns?
Like, is there a limit to how many walls and stuff you can spawn? Or no? Is it just go
No.
crazy?
No, there's no.
Because it's so easy to just like walk.
If you sit there, just go click, 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 click. Will it just spawn like hundreds of them per second?
Yeah, but that's not gonna be good. But the thing is that after the timer goes off, like you cannot pick them anymore. They become like locked.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, someone could spawn like a half dozen of them in like a
Yeah, but
fraction of a
I
second.
don't think
You
people
just
would do
add
that.
like a
No, people
1
will.
second delay on it.
Oh yeah, people will.
It's literally, if you can, people will.
You can.
Yeah, it's
I can
nice
make
to
that
put a
kind of
cooldown
animation.
on anything that spawns.
Okay, I can do that.
Especially how easy it is with desktop. Click, 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 click.
Well, you just need to press a button.
So,
Like,
yeah,
you
I think-
set
I
it
don't think
so
people will
that,
ever- they will.
Spawn just as a
Yeah,
delay
yeah.
on it, doesn't it?
But so the thing
They
is,
learned they could
you
build on
can
top.
crash an instance very fast by
shit.
spamming a spawn button.
And that's what would have been the problem with my pens.
Exactly.
I would have tried
You
it.
put-
I know I would have. I would have
If
been
you
the first
put
one
like
to
a
go.
limit of how many things you can
icon
spawn
chat,
for
it's
each,
cool.
that could be an interesting game mechanic and also not trash people.
What is this for?
Because right now both of these look like modern art sculptures.
I think the green team
Oh
green
my
team is being much more strategic here.
Yeah.
Wait, what just happened?
What just happened?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, no one's even.
Somebody reset
Wait.
it. What happened? Which one of you was it? Which one of you was it?
Torture dog! Who reset it?
Who done that? Who done it?
Yeah, the only two people over here.
Hit the reset button.
Everybody.
I did nothing.
You?
Alright. Kill each other.
Wait.
Okay.
5-second forts. Oh yeah.
They spent all the time building.
They did what happened to us.
So, what do you do at this point? Where's Skull?
All that time building and now it's all for naught.
Do they get
I
guns?
thought there was like snowballs now. Where's the
So, wait, what happened? He just went back in.
Oh, that's how that works.
They're inside
There
the
was
forts.
a trigger, but I think something strange is going on. Probably because there's a lot of people. Because I tried it before and it worked, right, Sean? Remember?
Yeah, it was fine.
Like 10 people. It was so fun. But
Oh yeah,
I don't
like
know what's going on.
when you have 40 people, it's very easy to break an instance. So,
Oh, okay, they got the snowballs now. They do. They got the snowballs now.
but yeah, that was the question. It's like how, like, what's the? Oh, they have weapons now.
Take your presents.
Yeah, there's like a snowball that respawns.
Wait, can you?
No, you guys gotta kill each other.
What's happening down there?
Exactly why it's like broken a little bit.
Kill each other. Come on.
Anyone on desktop bring up the logs and see if there's errors going?
Make it or not a piece.
Let me go back. Let me go back to where my menu is.
What would the
Hey!
errors be?
Anything.
You
It's
think there's any?
just see if there's anything.
Seems to work well.
Like they're
So if you can
look like they're just not turning off kinematic.
Encountering in my
The thing that's going on is that with this one specifically, I made so that whoever presses the start button right there, it is a 1-1 already. Whoever presses the start button over there triggers the triggers for everyone else.
Mhm.
But I actually have another war where everyone triggers the war for everyone.
Okay, chain broadcasts.
That seems to be the one. Yeah, because I didn't want it to for everyone to broadcast everything for everyone. So I tried this one, but it doesn't seem to work.
I mean, there's ways to like get it properly, but it honestly broadcasts are like the most annoying thing to figure out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but it seems like it doesn't work. But I have a backup that is a broadcast for everyone, so it's okay if we go over there straight, real quick.
Brilliant.
Go over where,
Once
sir?
the game starts,
I have a backup, but it doesn't do anything like this that it used to work
Yeah, for
before.
sure.
Is that okay? We try it.
Probably best if we respawn first, though.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we kind of have to get out of this area.
Wait, are you talking about the dragon? Are you talking about a dragon called?
I don't know. That's
Toothless,
what
or
the
are you
name of the
talking
avatar
about
is.
Toothless the person?
Is that the
I'm
instance
talking
we
ab-
played, Squall?
That's the name of the avatar.
Let me
Username.
Wait,
At the back.
wherever you wanna drop it.
I'll drop it.
I hate that when you move your play space and you spawn falling in.
No, almost all of the traffic is audio related, and there was
Not
some
happened to
null references. That's all.
Well, the null references are still pretty bad, which you said were happening on mine too.
It's like you needed to.
Not a lot of them though, but there are a few. And the thing is, like, it only takes one
Yeah.
to break the instance in the right way.
Go grab more vodka. Hold on.
You know, null reference on site being
and
object
then,
active false.
Oh, he's gonna
And then
drop
there's
a
a ton of destroy objects, which I assume is what happens when people reset.
Yes.
It's gonna be a public world. Oh my god. And there's a QR code.
But yeah, whoever Toothless is has lots of arcade
Can
warnings.
you get out of the way, please? I'm trying to drop a portal in that corner. Yeah, thank you.
Because
I was reading the
when you make
text.
them pick up a bull.
The buttons really need to be disabled once the game starts.
like Matt. Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it needs to be on the nav mesh or it crashes the game or something.
There's a portal inside, guys.
Oh. Oh, you're supposed to throw the snowballs at the presents?
Oh shit, where? Where'd everyone
Is there a portal for you, or is it missing as well?
go? Missing again. Fuck.
All
Turn
right.
off you again.
All
Sorry.
right, it's fine. I'll go ahead. Oh wait, obviously it's gonna be in this one.
Fine.
It used to be good.
I know it works. Don't worry about it. Yes.
Hopefully it does.
It's probably just because there's like a fuck ton of people.
Yeah.
I can't send it. Here's the request.
Yeah. Because it definitely worked with us before.
Because the limit is like 18 or 15 for the regional one.
Yeah.
40.
But yeah,
Akusa,
just
one question.
having so many people can
I'm
break
sitting
instances.
right now, but I mean, and I'm standing up right now,
Hopefully
but when I
that's the
put the
problem.
standing plate, I look like this.
Were you in a chair at one point?
What the fuck? No, I didn't. I didn't sit.
Does your audio work?
Yeah.
I will tell you where he is when we see him.
It's weird. I don't
Try,
know.
Are people already in
try
game?
again, but try changing your height.
Are we able to start?
See if that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I
Well,
Go ahead.
It's the same. It's real high. I have 6.3.
And then try change the value a bit while you're crouching and see if that makes you back normal.
What do you want us to do?
Oh, just I'm gonna press this green one, and then you're gonna join a team over there. The team
Okay.
can work.
Okay.
Can break this time. So go ahead, join. Anyone can join.
There's one left. Oh, Squid did it.
It should be green.
So, wait, Squall.
Red, I guess. Who's on team 2?
Alright.
I'm seeing everybody with red crystals. Like, is that meant to be?
Yeah, everyone's gonna have like,
symbol?
No, everyone's
gonna
red.
have red and the green one.
Like for them, for
Everybody
those,
or
everybody is red for me. Like they're red too.
Everybody's red.
they are,
Oh
they
yeah,
are
I
red
see
too.
that.
Yeah, but after the timer, they change to green.
Oh, so
A
it's
trigger
after.
goes on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a local team. So you'll see. So everything seems to be working fine right now. Hopefully it stays like this.
Taller.
It's gonna be fine.
I hope.
They learned from last time.
Okay.
They learn.
Look at this. They're putting a freaking shield over that thing.
Sweet. We're Squall. But they are. Do those things have health, or is it just kind of like they're there?
I tried to add health to them, but it doesn't work. It doesn't call the destruct one, the custom triggers, for some unknown reason. I can't really get it to work. I really tried.
Oh, I see what they're doing.
So basically, they're just kind of winning in that sense. Like you can't do anything about that.
But the thing is, when the time ends right here, you're gonna spawn like inside the house. But they're
You're gonna be.
yeah. It says on the rules right there not to build around it, so you're gonna be trapped inside.
Oh, well, I guess that's part of the gameplay. They're gonna be stuck.
Yep.
Oh, you could have done another thing where.
The last time they didn't know that because they could move them after the build, right?
No, they can't.
When the last one, it was broken or something. So after the time came
Somebody
down,
hit
they could
reset,
move them,
I
or they.
felt, but...
Team Fortress 2 soldier? I have no idea, headcrab.
So hopefully it works with a lot of people. I'm not intending to have 40 people in one instance. It's just for like.
Honestly, like every room that we've gone to, it never expects 40. At most, probably like 20.
I know. Well, I'm actually not doing too bad. I got 30 frames.
45-ish.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, I have 30 frames with only friends avatars showing up.
Yeah, I've got
half this
friends
room of
avatars.
friends, so...
30. Yeah, yeah, that's the problem.
Tiny girl.
Hey, buddy, aren't you cute?
Oh, they're spreading it out more now.
Nice. Look, Legend is a clever mouse. Look what he's done.
With the front of it, like forcing the gate.
So he's not only they're not jumpable, right? Because they're all.
Oh, I'm reminded of Chaos Castle Code now.
What the hell is that? Jesus Christ.
Not as clever as the green team.
I would love it if somebody built over top of the wall.
No, you
I'm gonna laugh the green team can't get out.
Yeah, that'll be funny, Splings.
It's still gonna be a surprise.
There we go. Okay. Now these guys will be like, oh, we suck.
Oh, it's lagging a lot.
No, they got out. They can get out.
They got out. They got out.
Oh, here we go.
So you see that now they have green.
Yeah, I do
and
see
they
it now.
have red at the top. So that's
So the crystals, in a way, just like indicating that they're in the game. Could you possibly
yeah,
like?
it's just like
Oh, there's. Oh, you shoot it that way, like a gun.
yeah, like with particles. I tried spawning objects, but it's a mess. So I just
Mhm.
made with particles. It's a lot easier.
Oh, they do move. Look who's moving on that one. Oh, I think the snowballs collide with the walls.
They do.
Oh.
Like
Look,
I just saw Kuza hit something.
Red just died.
I forgot that you had that. Yakuza's the first death, first blood.
Oh no.
Did he left the world? Did
No,
he
no.
crash or did he die
first?
Like Yakuza was the first killed. Like he died first.
Oh, Galleon killed.
Oh, someone died.
Rickety died first.
Oh,
I was muted.
Oh, okay. I missed it then.
No, Gal.
Oh,
Oh, it's not looking too good.
Malin was killed.
it looks like Red's
Gore
dying.
Feather left the world.
Squid. Dude, I hit Squid like a million times.
So now what they need to do is they need to have somebody that just hangs just the goalkeeper.
I mean, we could come up with like best strategies all we want.
Uh-huh.
We have like I don't know how great it'll be.
Who just
Squid's down.
Squid's dead.
Now it's 2v2.
Octoplexes.
Oh, is this like one life?
Who's left? Yuki. Yuki left.
Legends.
Oh, no, Legends is left.
Oh, but
Legends.
there's two people over there. There are Octu and I can't see the person.
Wi-Fi Punk.
Wi-Fi.
Wait, Wi-Fi Punk has two snowballs of different colors.
You probably picked up someone
You
else's.
grab the one for the other one.
Yeah.
But like, can you kill any people with either color?
And then I also.
Oh, Legends is gonna get you.
Yeah. I don't know how
Legends
to
gonna
make
get
it so that
you.
one doesn't kill each player.
I mean, it's probably doable, but then again, you're using particle collision, so I think a better solution would make it so that you can't pick it up.
Oh yeah, you only turn the colliders on for the right team. So, look, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Do you just have to get the gift?
Yeah, you have to
Did he
kill
win
it.
now?
You just have to hold it for like 10 seconds in there. Oh, I think he found
Jesus.
it. Oh, no.
No, Legends is gonna give him.
Oh, Legend's dead.
Legends was killed.
Oh, he got.
Oh, mutual
No,
death.
he's not.
Nope. Wi-Fi Punk's gonna win.
No, there's still someone back there.
Is there? Who's back there?
How do you win?
Oh no, that was just his particles.
Take it.
It's a bird. It's a plane. Never mind. It's
Show
just
up!
Goku.
Show down!
What's is Octu just projecting still?
Oh, Punky's not dying. What the hell?
Okay, Wi-Fi Punk's dead. Yuki's left.
1v1.
Yuki versus
Okay.
Octoplex.
Yuki, be careful. He's coming. He's angry.
It's Octave.
He's angry.
Hello.
Oh no.
Is it Ghostly you're looking for?
Hello.
This is intense.
You can't lose with two guns, Octoplex.
Oh, yeah.
Killed.
Oh, you have to win.
Oh, green team wins, it seems.
Ah, nice.
GG.
For 10 seconds.
What happens now?
You just have to kill the president, apparently.
He has health.
Kill it. Shoot
Okay.
the present.
Stay there for
Murder
like
the
10 seconds.
president.
Shoot it.
I was shooting it, and it wasn't working.
I don't
Yeah,
see
it's
it like
10
bouncing.
seconds.
Stand
Yeah,
there,
for
buddy.
the for 10 seconds.
Stand
Do
inside.
you guys know where Nicole Ranch is?
Is there a counter that shows
Is
if you
Nicole
stand
Ranch in here?
inside?
Yes, there is.
I
Oh,
don't see a name
but
here.
Yeah, we've never seen a ball go
it's
down.
based on
the-
on enter trigger.
How do we know? How does he get out of there now?
Probably because there are like a lot of snowballs around, so it's interactive with everything.
Okay, we're leaving.
Oh no.
So it's not public yet.
You're not trying hard enough.
No. What it is it teaches you that the true gift is the gift of yourself.
He has to put a green. Oh, I think he got it.
He respawned. He just respawned.
Oh, he respawned.
There we go.
No, now he's up here.
Yay, you
Yeah,
did it.
that's great.
Great team.
Where's
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's going on? The leg.
Wow.
Oh,
The frames.
Oh god.
Is it from the
Did it
reset?
respawn or did it do something?
Thank you.
No, I stood inside the president and shot myself to death with one of their guns.
Oh,
I don't think it matters. Like any gun would have killed you, I think.
Hey, Yoko.
Could have just
Hey, I still won.
Clap,
Yes.
clap, clap.
Yoko Shimo, you there?
Even if I technically didn't win.
You're next. So, how do you want to do? Do you want people to gather around you, or do you want to just drop the portal?
Yakuza,
Respawn dude on
do you know if
the
Squall was the person Gearbell was talking about?
No, this guy's
sorry,
got
I'm
some
loading.
meat.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh.
I don't think it was.
Come back there, hips.
Either way.
I uploaded with no spawn.
No, that was a different name, I think.
How'd you delete spawn?
I guess you can go out the portal and then I'll gather around.
I could give you a hand, but you wouldn't be able to do anything.
That's fine. Respawn.
I already have a hand. Don't worry.
Well, you know what? So do I.
Oh, I changed that. You guys are respawning.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Are we doing this now?
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Listen.
No.
Me?
I deleted from favorites. God damn it.
Oh, there you are. It was someone called Strun.
Oh, okay. But either way, you know, we should.
Drink. Oh no.
Yeah.
I respawned as you're talking.
It's fine.
I mean,
Same idea. I don't actually know.
But do you want to?
Get Fiona to do it.
What?
maybe I can
What?
grab a handful of chips instead.
What's going on here?
Oh, the person that I think Gearbell can invite.
Okay, just make sure the area in front of here is clear, so we can drop the portal.
Oh, who are you trying to invite? Squall?
Strun. The one that Gearbell was talking about yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I was thinking Squall too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, where is? There you go.
I'm not on my computer right now, so.
I'm lagged. Okay, there we go.
Oh, so that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to put your snowball inside of it. I actually took the snowballs out of it.
Oh, is that what it says?
Oh, so that's how I won last time by putting the snowballs inside of it. I thought I was actually cheating. I thought I was meant to just shoot the present, but.
Oh, I remember hearing them say like on
I
enter
was doing
trigger
it
with it. So.
properly by thinking I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, it probably didn't work
Which is-
because there was another one in already.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that you meant to like click on until too late.
Yeah.
But how come it was swimming inside the gift?
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Oh, portal.
Drop in right now.
Yeah, this is a really cool world.
Invite plus.
Yes, invite plus.
You just through the window.
Oh, I don't have tracking. There you go.
To the wall.
Oh, that spawn object.
Oh my god, my frame rate. Hold on, give me a sec.
The player checkers are gone, and it's just us now. We're good.
Ah, okay.
Frames again, you know?
Hold on. Wait.
Awesome.
I don't know what he was saying there. Oh, that's a fast load.
Good rendering to me.
Some nice bloom going on here.
Who's the world creator?
Yoko?
Is it? Yeah.
Yogoshima?
Everything is like.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ayo.
No post-processing is bad.
Evan's still loading. All right.
We're
I'm gonna try to.
Whoa.
I like the color
Hey.
here.
So the post-processing color effect is really good. It's just the AO is bad for VR. Yeah. But
Hold on.
Legend, you look amazing.
Are we
Thank
all
you.
standing in the ground?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
can
tried
also
at least
go
to
up
disable the
Some
blur
places.
effect.
For some reason, right here, there's a collider. There you go.
If you want to blur,
Now you're up.
But it's pretty uncomfortable in VR.
It's actually it's a cityscape that you can actually walk through, and goes to different directions. I think. See?
Oh, what the?
Oh.
That was unexpected.
That's mildly terrifying.
Through it. So follow me. I'm over here.
You should increase the voice fall off because it's so hard to hear you if we're not right next to you.
It's an.
What?
Oh
man, he's lagging worse than me.
Well, everyone, come follow me. I'm gonna go to the. I'm going to a room that's inside
we
this
lost
world,
them.
so it's over here.
It's
in this
just us
location.
two now.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. We gotta gather them.
Oh no, there's people behind us.
Go and we
There's a
can
building that has an
get them.
interior right here.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone over here. This red building. I think red building works. Red building. Okay. Okay. There should be a trigger on this so you can enter it, and top there.
Oh, there's our
This,
host.
thing here. Yeah, the trigger. Is everyone here? No, wait, let me get
There's no trigger.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to alt as well as much as I can, so...
Guys, flying around turns out to be a bad idea.
Dude,
Oh no.
there's no trigger because you probably have to be in desktop to do it.
I have no
Oh no.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
That's not the right one.
Oh! Besides that...
Where's Yogo? Where is he in here? How do I get out? Yeah. Oh. Where did I go? What is this? People still on the map? Yes. Oh, found everybody.
One of them untriggered. Oh shit. So one is on Continue. Sorry. What?
Your audio is pretty bad.
So
are you saying something?
When you respawned, the ground disappeared from under the rest of us.
I didn't respawn. I went through the door.
I'm saying something, yes, but what happened? Well,
there's a door.
Well, I'm trying to explain.
You have to be on desktop to click it.
That's,
I will click it.
Like for like a cityscape type of method. I don't know. I don't know how to go about doing this. So it's the first time.
But dude, that explains everything though, because I went in, nobody was there. I come back, nobody was there. It's like what?
It's really difficult to understand what you're saying.
Wait, where's the door?
Yeah, the door is back there. It's just because it's the VR like trigger raycasting issue. You can only click it if it thinks you're in desktop mode. So I just moved my mouse and clicked it that way.
Weird. Really bad flames. I'm gonna turn away.
As long as you don't have any object things, it should be okay.
Makes my brain hurt.
Like in a cube.
They are local, but I don't know why.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Look who's it.
It's the AO.
Yeah, the AO doesn't. You can't have AO in VR.
Somewhere.
Is that why everything's low res?
Is there anything
Yes, it's just additional blur.
No, low res I think is something else.
This is.
Do you see it too?
The anti-alias?
A lot more.
As I go, but
It makes it more tolerable if you up your super sampling.
If only I could with 40 people in this room.
What's up?
Oh, to be fair though, like it should be CPU limited generally. Like if you up super sampling, that's just going to hammer your GPU.
That's a good point. Let me see here.
Like I'm running at 1.5 and it's quite nice.
I should start doing that. I need to figure out how to do that with the Rift.
15? What? I'm at 40.
My GPU says it is at 60%, so I don't think I want to do that since I'm also streaming with the GPU.
Fair point. Do you have OpenVR advanced settings installed?
At one point I did. I don't have it anymore.
I would grab it again because you can dynamically tweak your super sampling with that, like from just within like the dashboard.
Yeah, I assume it's only like obviously Steam VR games. So.
Yeah.
Too many. Oh.
Guys, Yogo's back.
Yogo's back? What?
Over here.
I don't know.
Okay, may have upset this user.
Because doesn't this remind you of the slow-mo map?
It's a local, but
No, it's animation here. Blend shapes.
Okay.
I may have been up to.
Oh nope. I'm falling. Wait, am I falling?
I think they didn't enjoy.
No, you're not. You're fine.
Do you have all avatars turned off, by the way? If you don't, just make
Where's the world?
That might improve frames.
Where is the world?
But my brain just can't process it.
You made it.
Turn off nameplates as well.
I think they didn't like being a part.
Yeah, Yogo, do you have everything off in your safety settings?
I don't know.
Rubik, do you remember the safety settings that turn everything off?
I'm trying to listen, but the sound went on. My apologies. I
think it's on both shift keys on the escape button. If I remember.
Okay. We went over this like last week, didn't we?
Like grips and menus? Like that.
No, for the keyboard.
No, for desktop.
Oh.
You can make the call on that one.
Okay.
Do you want to take a drink or not?
I mean, I put Monster Energy in this drink. So.
Yeah. What happened?
It'll probably, wake me up more than anything.
I don't know, but sorry, I'm so fucking trying. It's a mess. No, I know. I don't know what the hell's going on with this shit? I mean, it's supposed to be there, but it's not there. So it's like, yeah.
Just turn all avatars off
Oh,
by
you
default
can,
already.
If there's any suggestions, just say, go ahead. If not, you can move on next
Yeah,
world.
I tried
Sorry
doing
for
that, and most
time
times
I didn't hear I didn't understand a lot, but I heard next world.
I heard if it's pretty good to move on to the next.
Okay, cool.
Wait, how many more worlds do we have?
We got.
That's what.
Wait, didn't you say you had one?
More.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Where's White Punk?
You still do.
I wish I had one.
You're welcome, and thank you for these.
Yes.
What do you recommend? Play-wise, like how many players do you think I should put in here?
I think that depends on your like optimizations once you get to that point.
I don't know.
I haven't finished my world on time to show everyone.
Squid in the car ranches, yeah.
It's alright.
It's okay.
You can do it.
Do you want
It's a
everybody
full
to
day.
respond?
Oh, you are. Sorry, we had to skip you because I couldn't find you.
I had to go get my new Oculus because my other one's broken, so I had to get a new one.
That's what I'm trying to do, but the optimization I called was trick-based optimization, really.
Yeah, let's do them real quick because I had
Oh, I
to skip
did.
them earlier. And then
It's gonna be really hard to hear you right now because you're lagging.
local here and all this other stuff.
Yeah, over there, it's not a broadcast. It's just I think the position of the chairs. Because like we could go in one place, and if we went back, we turned off ourselves before we actually got to the next place. So
I had that issue with
like,
archery,
just
but
that area.
I just deleted all of those.
No, trigger occlusion is really tricky.
If you could re-upload it so it can fit 40 people.
It can. Oh, I have to make it. Oh yeah.
What happened?
Oh no. Yeah, the portal will disappear. Goes back.
The portal. Wait,
Don't
shouldn't
go
we
in it.
respawn or is this everybody?
Why? We should probably respawn
Don't
too.
go in, guys. Don't go in.
Yeah, you need 40 plus people to go in it.
Yeah, how many people do we have right now?
A portal.
More than 8.
33.
Just over 30, I think. Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
30, we have 33.
I just left it because that's what I left it at when I was doing it, working on it.
Reading the comments of this, no, I didn't see somebody change avatar and fell through the world. I noticed that like Octoplex, he's got his like flying avatar. Obviously, that one.
Run around for 2 minutes.
But
Do you want to respawn in the meantime?
he just
or-
flies around, just goes
Is
straight
anybody
to the
gonna-
floor.
Yeah, we're probably best to respawn.
Respawn,
guys. Respawn.
So basically, if I have my avatar already T-posed in
Make sure to respawn.
Blender, if I use the ruler tool,
Respawn.
Let
me see.
They're just unlit, but here they have shadows because the AO
Yeah,
looks
they
crazy.
actually look really, really good, except your fingers kind of inside out.
Let me see how much AO.
I need nails. I'm gonna stick these hands on a Fiona avatar and paint the nails.
Oh.
yeah, so if I use the ruler tool,
Let's see your nails. Other people. Yeah. And then one finger.
my nail.
I love how it hasn't interacted anything.
What did I
but
just
the
touch?
volumes.
That was really weird because I literally touched your finger because I just barely touched my desk here.
You never got it
I
hands.
believe. Yes.
Okay. Look, this is my
Oh,
hand.
nice. Is that gel?
Look at my glows.
I mean, I
Oh
guess
my
I could
God.
measure that
Beautiful.
on my actual body, like standing in a T-pose.
What's so tall is this avatar? Why is everybody so short?
My wrist.
He is huge.
Yeah. Be about right.
Why do you have black fingers?
This is Nikkei's hand. Have you never seen Nikkei?
When you rest your control on the floor, it should be
Once I get my other hand back.
floor exactly.
There's a few things that are a little buggy right now.
That has
My goodness, place the AO on that.
Showing off, but
I have the arm. What is this?
Then, you know, you set the world scale, and you put.
you haven't like.
If you have a kinematic
Wow.
Oh, you're
object,
Spider-Man now, huh?
you can put that like inside your leg, where, like if you measure where the floor is.
So the problem is we both left arms. We need to be like, one of us saves the right and one of us saves the left.
On the
faster and so you can
It's
actually
just
get
in
around
the-
it on yours.
Yeah, it makes
It
sense.
was
Like, because I have my trackers right here, so
Yeah.
that's
Oh fuck.
decent.
My right hand is dying, so give me a
I
second.
think
Need to change the
basically,
I guess I should go back to that world and just get the right hand. Like you can be the left, I'll be the right, and then we can just like, you know.
Oh, look, but the color's wrong.
Oh, I know the
You can tell
color's
which
off.
one
He's
is
like
you
super
because you're-
tan.
I kind of like it being laggy. Yeah.
It's meant for roleplay, right?
Yeah. The
Who's that? Is that Grass? Oh my god, the hair is so pointy.
It's like putting my
Right now, the most people we've had on it was probably
Yeah, like mine.
25.
It
should be okay.
That's still a lot.
For some reason,
Yeah,
like,
this is definitely
the top of
good
my
for
leg is
stress
correct on
testing.
this side, and then
Yeah,
when I do that, it's
yeah.
not. But then when I swap over, it's... Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Is it the next one?
Beautiful.
It's just the minor
Okay.
outline.
That's my knee. So that's like actually on
Oh,
my
there
knee.
we go.
What's funny is the texture on this avatar, because you can tell that all the fur is done with like little cutout quads. With the AAO, you can see the outline of all of it.
It doesn't seem like it'll take too long.
Hello. How's
No,
it
actually,
going,
today was
brother?
pretty efficient. Sometimes it's pretty slow.
I'm just like
there's
you.
actually been a lot of maps today. I've seen some.
Are we we're waiting?
Yeah, was the zombie person who's re-uploading? Are they over here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right there.
I've heard, like, from when I've...
That's the
next.
next.
I don't know how much longer
How you doing?
to say,
Or like just have to get started or whatever.
Oh,
So,
sweet, merciful,
yeah.
fuck.
But this is really nice, especially with breaking into two
Wait, hang
things
on.
or whatever. I might. I'll probably come more.
Oh god, thank god.
Yeah, me too.
For a second there, I
Come
couldn't see
swimming.
one of the
Everybody
boobs.
come swimming. Is this a
Oh
big one?
gosh, it's even worse.
And I thought it,
I watched all the maps.
Oh,
for a second
yeah.
I couldn't see one of the boobs, and I
Yeah.
thought he just had one boob, and I'm
This is a
thinking,
really
but
good idea.
it's...
Yo, guys,
It's
pull
fine.
over here.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
Everyone
almost
can
done.
join. Come on in.
Oh boy!
Oh my.
Hot time at Fiona.
Come on in.
Oh my goodness, Buddha.
Wait, do you have Visings on? Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
I do. Of course I do.
Wow.
It's a good thing it's not like
I
alcohol.
didn't realize
Wait,
that
is
the
this scale?
on the
avatar
boobs?
would be-
I don't know if it's. I think she
Scale?
did. She said like she did put it to scale.
Tony Stuthers left the
This is
world.
to scale, yeah. So like I could pick links
Wow.
up just like this.
That's actually awesome.
Bring him right into my pool.
Oh, I don't have particles
Best
on.
part about this, hold on.
You're missing some polygons over here.
I'm probably missing. So I had to decimate the flowers a lot.
They're not even
But
the
I can
flower,
still
just like
go
your
in.
body.
Yeah, he's got a hole in it.
Yeah. Great.
Oh.
Thank you, me.
Dude, that looks so horrifying. Who is that?
The Kuza?
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Alright, you're in character now. You're not gonna get out.
You're creeping on everybody.
And then there's an iron giant.
What is this?
How much longer do you think you got, Nicole?
We can go to the next world if you want to. You can skip my for right now.
It looks like you have lag.
It's still uploading.
Oh, okay.
Is there chairs on this? Oh, there's not.
Where's Wi-Fi?
There used to
Oh,
be.
you were talking about that. I remember it now.
Nicole's taking a little longer than
Yeah.
If we do yours now, and then we'll do Nicole's after.
So sad.
See a world.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Give me a
It's
second.
really good.
Okay, so we have everybody, right?
Should be.
The only thing, yeah, as long as we have everybody. The only two things, it's a really big map. So try to stay close together, and then I apologize for all the water looking like semen. Okay, we're retexturing
right there.
Wait,
It'll be
what?
fixed soon. It's white.
Did I hear
Okay,
right?
it's not textured.
Yes, you did.
yet.
Is it uploading?
Oh my god.
You could have said
Yeah,
milk,
it's
you know.
uploading right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly though, it's more. Like, let's go.
Wi-Fi punk left Brit and Fiona left the world.
Oh, what? Yeah.
We have
Full
going.
body tracks differently than VR. Well, desktop.
Okay.
Giraffe.
What seems to be the problem, officer?
Nothing seems to be the problem.
I don't need Visines, man. I can just do this.
I was like, nothing's the problem. It's just I'm the only other. Or, I'm also a left arm.
Thanks for least Squid.
Not right now, obviously, but
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we need to find the right arm.
yeah.
So you can do this properly.
But Yogo, do you see the portal again?
I'll be
Or-
around.
Oh,
Yeah,
yo,
I'll see
sorry.
if I'm gonna
Saying something
be-
we can barely hear you.
Oh fuck! I'm saying I'm gonna test around some more, figure out some more things. Thank you for the developer meetup, and I'll see you around.
I'll go
next time,
through.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
Yeah.
If you can still hear me.
We can hear you.
Yeah, see ya.
I'm trying my best to build the worlds, but do you have any? If that's okay, do you have any suggestions how to fix this thing? I'm not sure.
Best thing,
Kinda
start
like
asking the
people
questions
can-
in the
can
Discord
hear
because
much
it's kind of
anyways.
like we're running on time.
Yeah, I gotta go.
So yeah, just ask the questions
Okay,
in the
go,
Discord
go,
and we'll
go,
answer
go,
there.
go. I'm not delaying anymore. Sorry. I'll see you there. Sorry.
It's fine.
Bye. Bye.
A 30-second time limit. And Legends is AFK.
Is the water supposed to be milk?
What? Oh no.
Wait,
It's
what?
nice, but we don't have Rubik.
Oh no! Wait, why did Rubik leave? Did he have to do something?
I don't know.
Oh,
well.
gosh. Well, did he tell us to explore?
I'm
I
just
think
going to tentatively say at 8:20 is like when I'm gonna cut it.
so in 11 minutes.
We gotta respond. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it? It is 8:10. Okay, so 8:30 maybe.
Okay. Well, let's just go meet right there, and people will. Oh, with the particle effects and everything. Oh, this makes it even harder to meet back together.
The other one. So I think this is the longer one. This lasts like 30 seconds, and then the other one's a little bit faster. We're gonna adjust a lot of that too, but I'll take you guys for anybody that's still here and didn't get lost. I'll take you guys around around sort of like the edge of like the awesome cool points, and then we'll end off at one of my favorite things about the map. You'll notice all the water isn't textured. Sketch is gonna hand texture, like basically literally hand paint all the ocean to match our whirlpool. I'm working on the city right now, so you'll see some stuff laid out. I've disabled like everything that could possibly cause a lot of lag right now, and I've doubled the speed and the jump height so that we can move faster. So, all right, yeah. If you guys have any questions, you feel free to ask me as we go and whatever. But otherwise, just follow me this way.
Make sure to increase the voice fall off if you're gonna have this speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually have to yell.
I tried to make the fall off a little bit.
You have to increase it like to a really large value.
Basically headed this way right now. Oh, I need to turn off voice prior to that'll help.
Oh, we had people falling down.
Yeah, so we can fall down. You guys can fall in. Show you guys the part over here. So there's a lot of these are they're all original content by Sketch's done all the assets, and then so everything is original. Everything.
Yeah.
Most of it's hand painted. We might have another sandstorm. Yep, here's another sandstorm. Yeah, this one's gonna be a short one. So yeah, this is like the little oasis with this crying. It's like a crying sound. Yeah, that one's since.
I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, this water actually hasn't been changed yet. I probably actually might even leave this water.
Is this the water shader or something? Oh, where'd you go?
This is a water shader. This is actually, yeah, this is just regular sin. Most of the water outside. What about reflection?
Oh, you can get the reflection on the water if you have like reflection probes. If that's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we could. It would actually be kind of nice. Might do it just for this area. That's actually not a bad idea. Thank you. We might actually do that. But yeah, most of it, since this is going to be this map needs to be able to support a lot of people, because it's going to be an RP map for a thing that Arcadum's doing into next year. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, and we're gonna add some AI NPCs and a bunch of other stuff. But if you follow me, I'll show you guys the caves. We can stay in the bottom here.
We saw some rooms found a secret in a cave. It looked very puzzle-like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Spoiler.
So Sketch, you got bored and made a language. So there's an actual like language that we're gonna be using for these. And she yeah, the one that you saw is a meme. That's a total meme. So
Yeah, just make a language.
Very easy to get lost. So.
Right? It's so pretty down here when you're in the sandstorm.
We can,
Ooh.
That's fine.
Ignore
You'll
that.
see these gems.
Oh, where'd he go? Too many people.
Gemstone.
Oh.
Oh,
It's shiny, I
this is
like
my
it.
favorite
Awesome.
cave.
Can I take one home?
Yeah, I like kind of this kind of environment where it's kind of like valley-like.
I still
I really
have
like
like
that.
6-year-old little
I
girl
feel like
love for shiny
racing.
crystal things.
Oh, he's too far away. I can't hear him if he's talking anymore.
Come up here.
I know.
The cave is actually over on this side, if I remember right. Which I'm pretty sure you guys already. Out that way is just desert. Don't go that way. You'll get lost.
I found a path and it took us there. Whoa, where are we going? Hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna go back this way. I think the cave should be like over here on this side.
Follow.
These were like the first. These were like some of the first points that we did.
When the world maker goes, I think over here.
We did this. We did most of the desert like a month ago. So we've been working on the inner parts recently.
We fall?
Yeah, we can fall. I'm looking for one of the that I can show you.
Too far.
You found.
There we go.
Smashing keyboards.
We'll go this way.
Some nice
Well.
plants.
Can we go through this one yet? No. Yeah, this is like the plains area of the map. See over here, some more trees, some other stuff. Yeah, it's not super important. I don't remember exactly where the cave that I wanted to show you guys is. I mean, you can. It's you're not gonna go very far. We can go up this way. I'll show you guys the plains, and then we'll work our way
disappointing.
around.
You can just walk on it.
Yeah, you can just walk on it. It's not that big of a deal.
Y'all motherfuckers walking like lab.
Yeah, so this area up here, we didn't
Flying
really know
avatars.
exactly what we wanted to do with. So it's pretty much just like the plains area. We like, just open grass and everything. Easiest way is literally just gonna be to go up the milky little waterfall.
I'm not a flying one.
I wonder how many people we've lost.
Probably a few. It's gonna happen.
No, it's like right when you guys started, I just see so many people spread out.
Yeah. I like it. Everybody ran off.
So much.
And then we can just jump up here.
Girls.
There we go.
Oh, there's Octu flying around.
You can get Octu to find the cave.
Ooh, what's this?
But don't
There's a little
respawn
bridge.
because I remember the game. Far.
No, yeah, from spawn it's a lot easier to get to anything. When you're running around in the desert, it's easy to get lost no matter what. You can come up here, you can come around
See, there's
this
somebody.
side. There's a really nice view. My favorite view of the city is over here.
I still haven't even seen the city.
This is my favorite little yeah, we're making a little port city. That's what I'm working on right now.
It's so
So you see all
lush.
these flowers and everything. We're probably gonna add a little bench up over here. Because right over here is like my favorite city. You can look down and everything.
Sorry.
Oh, are things loading in, or just you haven't finished the city
That's
yet?
okay. We'll head towards the city.
Oh, okay. I see some city. I see
See?
some. I don't know what that is. Light map.
What
That looks like
city
light
is
map.
this? Is this New York? This city looks pretty big.
Random assets on the
Oh, where you?
This is just a general layout of where we're gonna have stuff. Right here is gonna be a fountain. Like we're gonna have a fountain in the middle of the little town here. We got,
CS:GO.
a couple of buildings already kind of set up. They're a work in progress, but you can go inside of them. My favorite one is this one that has the straw on it.
Straw?
There's no. Yeah, there's like on the like the top of it.
I can't get in.
Well, it's like go inside. You can through the door.
You don't know where to go. You're moving too fast.
But
Slow down a little.
It's on the top. It's on the roof.
No, just like stop slowing, like walking as fast, because like you disappeared and we can't get past it.
Sorry, there's a lot. But yeah, it's on the roof. We Sketchy made this straw material for the roof.
Oh, that kind of straw. I'm thinking you're thinking like like a bendy straw, for some weird reason.
Oh no, that would be neat. But yeah, so you can see like the general idea of what the studio is gonna look at. This is like the housing area. Right over here is the market, and then over in the far back there is going to be more like ship stuff, like port things. And we're gonna have a boat that comes in right over here, and a few more things. But yeah, the last thing that I'll show you guys is the whirlpool. So we can head this direction if you follow me. Nobody get lost.
Nobody get lost.
Are we talking like hot tub? We're
AC
talking
is
like
said and done.
Scylla
Half
Odyssey
the
stuff.
people got lost. Yeah. Why?
Milk.
Do. There's another bridge.
Probably feels like stairs to the end right there.
Oh, sensor incoming.
Yeah, and you can come up. Basically just climb up the side of this over here. There you go. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I see a cube.
You see a cube? Where's the cube?
So we're gonna go this way. Yeah, cubes are just markers. And then if you look over here, you see the whirlpool.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is.
Oh boy!
Yeah. We're doing all the,
Okay, I want to take a photo of that first.
the whirlpool.
Wait.
Are we supposed to go down it? Can't hear us. Are we supposed to go down in there?
I mean, if you want, and you just kind of.
Oh boy!
You just kind of what? I couldn't hear it.
Oh, so this is our fate, huh?
Oh, there's just.
Lakuza,
Scuffed
hold
occlusion
on
now.
a second.
But.
The koozie was so like much better before. It's like, how does part of his avatar like?
Where'd you go?
It's a
Why are you being
occlusion.
occluded? What the heck?
Yeah, that'll happen. So if everybody wants to, that's pretty much all the highlights of the map minus the cave. But if you guys want to respawn,
It's like exploration speedrun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's respawn.
Yeah.
Where'd Squid go?
Okay.
There we go.
I recommend you make a teleport map, so to get around the map easier if you're gonna.
That's actually having like a map scroll or something that you could pick up from the spawn. Right now, this is just like the highest point of the map, so that's why the spawn is here. Gonna move it down to the city, but yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. Having like a map at one of the stalls that you can like buy.
Even during development, it's always good to have it was such a large area. It's good to have a teleport map, so you can quickly get around and check.
I mean, you can have like a whole bunch of game objects that are for debug, and set them to the tag to editor only when you eventually upload it.
Oh, by the way,
where's portal? There's a portal.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Squid, if you want it, Squid, I have a suggestion for later.
It's almost about to be December again.
We're not all alone.
Well, I don't know.
Sweet, Squid.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. Squid, before you go in, I think when we start doing the next style of meetups, we should make guidelines for if you're going to have say a large map, make sure the fall off is some length or teleport points and things like that. Make it easier for tour guides.
I guess, yeah, but I don't know if we'll have tour guides.
Well, I mean, for the developer side, at least.
We'll see how many people even show up to that first, I think.
Okay.
Because that's not really a place to show off worlds.
That's it. Well, okay, we'll discuss that part then. So the way his answer with that, it sounded like the developer one is less of showing visuals, even if it is still making the world, which is kind of confusing. I actually did not know what this map was. What am I entering? Zombies, that's what.
I know, right?
Okay.
Right?
Left doomed to die.
Help, my frame rate.
Whoa! We're gonna have to get a new portal. We're all errors. Errors.
Is that why my frame rate's dying?
I think the frame rate is dying because there's a sync thing.
Zombie things?
No, it's because they're killing them.
No reference exception.
No. Yeah,
Constant
lots of
no reference
zombies.
exceptions.
Look to your right.
Fine though, actually.
It's not too bad unless you're over there in the zombies.
I have
Yeah.
15.
In the zombies, when you're in the zombies,
When my menu comes up,
can
it'll probably
destroy your
say 10.
frames, but this is a lot of people more than
Yeah, Kelly, I'm at 11.
in
You're
this
close.
map.
I can't see
Okay,
the asset most of the time.
the log is very, very full of errors. And so depending how you're destroying object sync stuff, it might be the case.
It's because there's too many people here, and it's just disabling the zombies.
Right?
I'm also wondering if it's related to just like, if you're killing them, are you doing things locally, broadcasting? Is only the person like?
Yeah, it's all local.
I can't read the log because it's going too fast. It's just error exception. So see if I can read one of them. No, they're too fast. They're too fast. I can't read them.
I got a solid 11 frames.
Oh my god.
Well, Squid, what do we do in the 11 frames here?
Can we run? Help.
I can't even turn my head.
I don't think we can.
Drop an emergency portal or something.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there are zombies here that I can't see what they're doing.
I see a portal.
Oh, I'm dead.
Map maker made a portal. The guy that made this one.
We're all dead.
Oh my god.
I'm still dead.
Yeah, I guess we're going in there.
Sentinel's dead.
I need to make sure everybody stays in spawn, and then I can tell them what to do.
Wait, what happened? Are we going through this?
Go to the portal, guys. Portal.
In spawn.
Where? I'm right through that. It's one frame. Ow! I can see it. I can go. I'm going to it.
Oh.
Come on.
You can make it. You can make it. We still have one person loading in, I think.
Yeah, I think there's one more person after that.
As Gareth pushes zombies around.
Killed all of them.
Oh, they're all still there for me.
Killable. Kill those. They're just.
Oh, what was that, Squid?
I said I think that's it. I don't know who that person loading in is, but
Well, we got 13 seconds, so might as well just go in. Oh, they just disappeared for me. And the real question is, how many people did we lose? Nope, I fell off the world. Thanks, guys.
Someone took my sword.
Listen to him.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Cyan.
Stay back. Stay back.
See you later, Cyan.
No, I fell. I fell off the world because there's no collider.
Oh.
Okay, every time he kills one, it does throw an exception. null reference exception.
Do you think that's just
head on enter trigger?
My God.
The head on enter triggers are throwing null reference exceptions, and there's a lot of them. Stomach on enter trigger.
Hey, Richie.
Wait, I don't see any exceptions.
There's two coming. Wait till they get over here. Wait till they get over here.
Two things.
Really?
I don't see any null references. I just see like a bunch of on exit trigger or on enter trigger on.
No, yeah, all of mine. Stomach on exit trigger, executing animation, bool. Oh, now there's error.
So don't go into that one. We'll just go over to that side because there's only one over there. It'll spawn 40, but yeah, it's still more work. And I gotta do some more tweaking to the AI and how they react to dying and things like that.
This is creeping me out. There's like a crowd of zombies coming at us. Hello? Is anybody scared?
They're all just staying there. They're all just staying there.
Wait, what are you talking about, Legends? They're all coming for you.
They're actually not.
So right now it's just a quick full update real quick because it's nothing like done. This is like 3 more weeks of more work, and then I'm just gonna make it where it has 10 people can go in and play and kill zombies because it's made for just 10, so you don't have problems. And not 40 people.
Yeah, no one's made for
Zombies don't mean anything.
But-
Just stick a mirror down and move on.
Okay.
Any questions?
Can we go kill them, or we are just going to?
You can go.
No,
crash.
if you try to kill them, we will crash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can go to
We'll
that
crash.
side over there. You can go to that side over there if you want to try, because there's one over there.
What
Did
up?
they damage you?
My baseball bat.
Oh no! Oh, that's what's happening?
I'm
Why?
at 10 frames. I can't do anything.
Okay, now I get to check the log.
My log is going so fast. I'm dying. I'm gonna crash.
My log is not moving. Oh, now it's going too fast. Oh, there it goes.
How do you see the log?
No.
I just have
I'm
a
dying
constant.
here. Oh my God.
Please, whoever is in the zombies has just killed me. Whoever is in the zombie, is that Splinks over there? I am dead.
Yep.
I'm dead. I'm gonna have to. I'm going to home and rejoining in a bit.
How many more are there, Squid? Worlds, I mean.
There's just so many things happening. I cannot hear you, Legends.
I hear every. Hold on.
I can hear everything from everywhere. Help!
Yeah.
Someone take this.
Splinks,
Oh,
why
God.
did you do it? Why did you do it, Splinks?
What?
Alright, we're dead. I'm going home.
Please eat me.
Go home.
Portal, guys.
Presentation room.
Okay, there's portal.
I'm still not gaining my frames back even after everybody leaves. What is this portal jumping nonsense? Frames!
Needs more work, but yeah.
Anybody
So
mind
you
answering
probably have some trigger that when you
question?
kill a zombie, it is looking for something that no longer exists. So just make sure that everything is
One of you.
self-destructs.
Wait, what?
Look at your logs when you play.
I had a
and you can
question
figure out what's
about-
throwing the errors.
I got
You'll be fine.
it's the errors are from the
VRC combat.
What about it?
Isn't there two? Like, which one would I, if I wanted to do a combat, which one should I use? There's one on the player mods, and then there's one.
Do not
in-
ever use the ones on the player mods. Do not, like...
Before we had
Like,
int.
honestly, just watch my tutorial on it, like the basics, and then you can ask me specific questions once you get to it.
Memory.
Oh, you do got a tutorial on it, don't you?
Yeah.
I am not.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't explain how to do, say, an actual proper, like, you know, pick up weapon or gun, but I mean, I do have the basic combat system tutorial.
Yeah.
Don't go AFK now!
Okay.
Where are we going now?
I'm gonna do yours right after Shadow, but I'm gonna tentatively say I'm gonna do a cutoff there because we're almost to 9 o'clock.
Gosh. Yeah, we are almost.
What?
I know. I'm so hungry.
I'm sorry, Slade. What were you saying?
I told you not to go AFK. You just left.
Oh, someone was passing me. I'm sorry.
Until they come back. Ivan, you're next.
Wait, what were you saying?
Sorry about
Watch my combat tutorial. When you get to that point, like to ask questions, obviously do so in the Discord. Just grab his.
Need people to gather around you before we go?
We could do that.
Let me just...
You and AFK again.
Wow. Left got a face now.
Wow.
Now, if I optimize my pins, that would work so much better with this. Has someone taken a picture yet?
Just need a little bit more work.
He's so mad. Why do we make him mad?
Ivan, do you want me to get everyone around you? That's my real name.
Sure. Yes, please.
Alright. Hey guys, can we all just gather around Ivan real quick? He just wants to say a thing or two before we go to his world.
So fucking boring too.
There we go.
Alright, I'm not good at public speeches.
Oh, nice face.
Look who's at where? There you are. Hey, can I kick your butt again in that PvP?
Just start talking and people will quit down photos.
Okay. Alright, so this is my world. It was taken from the idea of like a Houston like warehouse. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I wanted to make a prop hunt, but I never had the time to finish it because I got way too much, stuff going on in college full time. And so I guess I'll show it to you guys now. All right.
Good luck with your college. I know that can be tough.
Oh yeah.
I think we will say no because of the phone. I think
Best of luck with the student loans.
It's amazing at how much log traffic the pens make.
And that's not amazing at all. Like if every dot or line is an RPC.
Yeah. Receive stroke.
You have to receive like every single stroke.
I have received a stroke. Oh no!
Wait, there's no portal for me.
Wait, what?
There's no portal.
Yeah, I can't see the portal.
Oh,
there it is. I thought there was one and it disappeared.
It's invite, not invite plus.
Oh no, we already started. We have to go through.
Shadow's not even here, and Shadow can't get in now.
Wait, invite here now.
Okay, so you want to have...
This one's invite plus. You can invite now.
I'm trying.
Guys.
I'm trying to get Shadow in here.
Somebody's joining. That's Gallium.
That's fine. People have already gone in.
Oh wait, we can't. Shadow has to be like able to invite us or request off us first.
Go on through the portal.
There's Shadow. I accepted it.
There we go. Shadow's here.
Yeah.
Do you see a portal, Shadow?
Already gone through, so we have to remake.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Who'd
Are
you?
we going in though?
I guess everyone know. Evel, six. Like, what are you talking about? Runs smoothly. Just getting to that comment. Oh, this is a slow download.